Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shores of Sorrows, Sapira's Legend. Season 1, Episode 15, Deep Dive, Part 2. I wonder what our crew's up to. Let's bring them topside and see what's happening. Hi everyone, how are you doing?
Greetings!
Alright.
Oh my god.
Morning!
Hello.
Oh,
Wake up! Come on, Magni.
Come
on. Wake up and smell the tea!
Ah!
It's Dr.
Oh.
Fess is in
Oh,
the
he
house!
just got here! Look, it's our friend!
Astrum.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, I'm here.
Finally.
Give me a moment to update your little thingy.
Oh, yep, and I will, I can get my video going in a second, too.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Mine.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Get up.
I am trying to get up. It's
All
it's kind of hard to
crew
get
to
up.
the top of the deck, please.
I am
Okay.
trying.
I am here. I'm back, and I'm alive and better than ever!
Arkham, you've been sleeping all day. There's so much
Arkham,
that
you
has
mean felt
happened.
it. You mean felt it.
Felton. Felton,
Wrong
you've been
universe.
sleeping the whole time. Felton. A lot
Okay,
has happened.
Why is there tea all over?
Take
The
the
cabin.
picture down.
There we go.
There you go.
Yes.
Astrum, you look so different.
You do.
Astrum, did you get a haircut?
Me?
Yeah.
Might have. Well, no, I didn't get a haircut. I don't know, my hair might just be styled differently today. I gotta re-dye it. It's
Oh.
slowly
okay.
fading from blue to greenish blonde, so...
Yep.
Now we...
Ooh. Somebody
So
over
he's-
here looks like scrumptious, like a snack.
Would you stop that?
Oh, you flatter me.
Where's my spray bottle? Where's my spray bottle? I need to spray.
I don't think that's gonna work. I think
You
that's gonna make
don't want to
more
spray
work.
me. You don't want to get me wet
Yeah,
like that. No,
Don't
thank you.
spray him. Don't do it.
Don't-
We just got demonetized.
This is how
Yeah,
we
don't spray Bernera. They'll multiply and become really horrible gremlins.
Bernier?
Spray it.
Also, don't feed Bernier after midnight.
Yeah.
So shall we all start introducing one another?
Poor gremlins flying out.
Alright, well, starting off, I am Captain Wilcox, aka PAKUSA, aka RT Studios, whatever you want to call me, but I go by Captain Will, or Wilcox in this game. And I play the halfling captain, who's also very short, uses small, yes.
He's a
Yes,
captain
he's
for
a very,
now.
very small.
And we will be passing it down to Felton. And going around that way.
Before I introduce myself, I just have one thing to say.
No.
How much did the pirate pay for his begging? An arm and a leg.
Okay, for that, I'm gonna put you in the break for 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We played by Constellation Squid here. Your favorite squid of all. And your lame jokes say or whatever. And don't worry, folks. More to these jokes. More! Because I say so. There's nothing you can do about it.
You keep right
Unless
on
we
thinking
toss
that,
you
my
overboard,
dear.
but we'll vote on that.
Alright, and I'm gonna pass it to the good old doctor.
Oh, cool. Although today, I believe I'm playing the Navigator.
Cool.
I will
Oh,
be
yeah.
playing Ajaram. The ship's totally not a snake navigator. He's totally human, believe him.
Look how
Oh.
human he is.
Believe it.
And then I guess we'll zigzag. I'll pass it upward to
Oh.
the man with the bucket.
Oh, it's my turn. Hello, my good friends. It's me, Bretlin. Of course, as always, I'm controlled by Gearbox. Hello. But of course, it's not just me. It's also my good friend Rat. Hi. Anyways, Anyways, as we're doing this kind of zigzag thing, I guess we're going for Bernira.
Hello, everyone. It's
Oh, no.
me, your favorite.
No.
I am
No.
Brunira, played by Magnarium. Welcome back, my little darlings. It's time for us to play in the ocean again.
Uh,
And I want to pass it off to that wonderful little furbog up there.
up here or down here? I think
Down
you.
here, up there, whichever way is fine.
I am your wonderful furbo. Hmm,
What is it?
pirate who just got her sea legs, and Dow has discovered that she doesn't like heights all that much.
I thought we heard this out already.
And she's going to discover that she's not going to like storms all that much either.
Who said anything about storms? Alright. Well,
Captain,
we've been on enough rough seas to know what a storm is. You should be
Hey, I
more than enough satisfied
Hey.
and suited for that kind of weather.
Wait a minute. Wait. Don't. Time out. Belton here. I just have a couple things to ask. What the hell's been going on since I've been gone? Why is there skeletons Why is there skeletons or some
and
crap?
where is Moxie?
You'll
What the hell is going on? Captain,
Don't wo-
what did you do?
don't worry, we'll find out in a moment when the game starts.
Yes, we are. Last time. Hold on, let me pull up the recap.
Recap.
Come on. There we go. Okay.
Last time on Shores of Sorrow.
After a narrow miss with a kraken, the crew is saved by a man in a metal boat powered by steam? Returning safely to the shores of Marrow's Gate, they discover the possible hiding place of the Sapura. Tasked with saving Bernira's Megalodon, the crew forge a plan to bring down the Sapura and her crew. What will our crew encounter when they enter the empty sea? Who's waiting for them? The Sapura, maybe? Or something far worse? Find out today on Shores of Sorrow, Sapura's Legend. Are there any announcements before we start today's game?
This podcast was sponsored by.
Not really. I don't have any announcements tonight.
I
Alright,
got
well,
nothing.
without further ado, we'll be right back after the opening intro. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Shores of Stars, Sapira's Legend. I'm Captain Wilcox, your captain. And, this is Deep Dive, Season 1, Episode 15, Part 2. So, the crew are on board the, well, they're not on board. They are actually up in the, where we last left off our crew. They are in the, well, I'll let Gearbox describe this because it's his environment, aka Britlin.
Okay. Yeah, where we left off last time, as I remember, everyone was up in Rhett's home.
Which is
built
nestled between two giant rocks.
Two giant,
just kind of
giant
slapped there.
spike rocks.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Just on the
and
very edge
Felton-
of the empty sea.
Yeah.
Just outside the
Yeah.
cusp.
Felton has somehow been sleeping through the whole ordeal. And only
Yeah,
wakes
I wake up and I
now.
see a whole bunch of freaking skeletons on. Yeah, what happened?
They're looking for stuff, man.
The skeleton
what-
crew is currently loading on supplies onto the boat up the gangplank.
I mean, wait, what else has been going on? I know there was something else from last time.
There's a megalodon that is currently just on the shore, motionless. One of
Well, that's when you walk out.
Bernier's megalodons, yes.
Like, I'll
Has a
quickly
bunch of
describe
hooks
it
in
for
it.
Felton. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Could
Like a-
someone please explain to Felton what the hey-hoo has been going
Well,
on?
I don't think anyone is near Felton. Right? Everyone's up in the home.
Yes.
Yes,
So, like,
Felton's
Felton
pretty
would-
much on his own.
Yeah, Felton would
Yep.
walk out, see this megalodon dead, but also see see Rhett's steam-powered like paddle boat that's just kind of sitting there.
Have
Like,
you ever
right next
seen
to
a
the
steam-powered power boat? I mean, well, steam-powered paddle boat.
I don't think steam really exists.
Yeah, so roll me a, insight check
Exception. Check.
to figure out what this
It's
thing is.
17 and. Let's see. Perception?
Yeah,
Or you mean history?
history,
+2, 19.
19.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've heard rumors of a new technology powered by something called coal. And, you thought it was a myth, but standing before you is what looks to be some kind of machinery that is exactly what it is. It's a steam engine of some kind on water.
You also. Ooh, what?
I've just heard a few of these things. Never thought they were actually real.
Another thing you notice after you look past and see this giant set of building structures placed in and out of these giant rocks sticking out of the ground. This place is big. At least what it seems for you.
What the hell? Where
You
the
also-
hell did we land to?
You also see in front of the structure is a little lift with a little crank on it that seems to bring you up.
I'm gonna go take the lift.
As you
I
walk-
thought we had all came back down and went to the ship.
No, I think most of everyone went back up. Mainly
Yeah, we
'cause
went
Rhett
back
was
up to
talking
go
about why
plan
they're
and
there.
stuff like that for the construction
Yeah, well,
of the ship.
I know that Brunera wasn't with you guys. She went back to the ship.
Yeah, she's currently down below deck where Felton and the...
Oh, no, she's not.
Oh, where
Yeah,
is she?
she with them.
Oh, she's somewhere else.
You'll
Okay,
see in a minute. You'll see in a minute.
sure.
Felton takes the lift.
Yeah, you
Oh,
grab the
better-
crank.
I better go see where the other crew is. Oh god, they probably got into a lot more trouble than I wanted them to.
As you move up the lift, eventually you reach the top after like a minute of cranking, and you're surprised your arm isn't really tired, mainly because there's very little weight on it. And you get to the top, up, and yeah, you're met with there's people in this area. I think, yeah.
They need to invent one that just has a button to it, or it does it for you.
Gee,
As you step off the lift and this new character that... Describe Rhett for me, Britlin.
Rhett is basically a fellow wearing a lot of like has all over him a bunch of belts and stuff full of like, different crafting equipment and all that stuff. But he's pretty much wearing like a suit and like these big engineer gloves and usually wearing a welder like mask on his face. He does lift it up sometimes, but he mainly has it up on his face all times. You just see this person facing his back to you, just working on this workbench, just kind of humming to himself.
The captain is currently lounging on one of the wicker kind of
Yeah,
makeshift chairs in this.
holding a journal.
Yep. Looking at pictures of something in the journal.
You can't
Oh,
see
wait,
from
Mag-
here.
Magdi is in the middle of the room, kind of very quietly murmuring to herself, "Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down."
No, wait, am I near Captain Wilcox and everyone else?
Yeah, everyone's up here except Bernira.
Brunira.
I just
Yeah.
walk over like, okay, what happened?
Oh,
Where are
hello.
we?
Felton,
What?
you slept for so long.
I was in a coma.
Rhett turns around. Oh, is this one of your
This was the
crewmates?
one that was
Yes.
in the coma.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering
Yeah.
about him.
Knocked out.
Osprum's gonna narrow his eyes and say, "I thought he was dead."
I think you could have mistaken it.
How about I make you all day? Start explaining what's been going on for the past couple weeks.
Well,
Days.
we went to the bar. We had a drink at the Hollow Heroes Bay or New Haven Bay. We managed to get rid of that music box. We managed to free a ghostly spirit at that place after someone dumped the entire tavern into the ocean.
It was not my. It was not my fault.
Wait. Back up.
It was not my fault. I mean,
Stop talking like that.
Moxie and I just went and had drinks, and there was some rude guy in the bar.
Time out. We had a tavern? We had a bar?
Past tense.
Past tense.
That's 10.
And Magpie threw it off?
Off a cliff,
Well,
yes.
It
I
was
did
On
not-
fire.
I
Past
did
tense.
not. Hey,
Felton just walks
Moxie
over
was
to
there too. Moxie
Fel-
was there too.
Felton just walks over to Magpie. It's like, all right, that's it. You're going overboard.
Bastion walks.
Let's see if you
between
fly.
Bastion takes his weapon and puts it between you two and says, "Do not touch."
Thank you,
If
Bastion.
you harm the priestess of the
ooh.
sky, I will be forced to damage you.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
Felton,
You
that's
threw a whole
enough.
damn Magpie threw a whole damn bar? You even
It was unstable.
unstable my ass.
It was more
I
of my
imagine if Magda's memory serves, she wasn't the one that set the place on fire in the first place.
yeah.
That's correct.
Alright, so Captain, Captain, run by this. Are we still being chased by you know who? And
Yes,
Why?
we are. And we think we know where they're hiding. He points
Yeah,
out the
somewhere
window
in the-
to the giant swirling storm clouds off in the
Britman
distance.
looks to Falcon and goes, "You know where we are? You probably don't. You probably don't recognize it. You ever heard of the MTC, buddy?"
let me run a history check.
Roll history check.
That's a good idea.
18.
Oh,
18.
Yes, you've heard
plus-
of the MTC.
It is
Yes.
hence the name MTC, and no one ever leaves when they enter. Usually, there are people
Wait a
that say,
Oh, okay, so back up. We're trapped.
No, we're on the very edge of the MTC, says the captain.
"Yeah, we're on the very edge. Rhett's home here just is resting right at the end."
We need to hurry up. We need to hurry up and get off this. We have work that needs to be done.
Well, bad news.
Oh, Felton
we're-
just like he just face palms very slowly. What?
We have to go in the MTC.
Suicide.
Don't
There's
worry.
there's also treasure.
Yes. Anyways, don't worry. My friend Rhett here is building us a.
Well, I
a
didn't want to live
submersible.
Felton's like, well, I didn't want to live anyway, so. Oh
From the-
well, let's go get the treasure.
Rhett just goes, "Don't worry. All you have to do is get my diving suit and maybe anything else you can try and get."
Meanwhile, the captain is flipping through like a old manuscript, and he stops on a page and holds it up to Rhett and says, "Is this accurate?"
Time out.
Okay.
Hello?
He
Yes.
points to the whatchamacallit, the picture, and it's very much a picture of what looks like an underwater civilization of some kind.
Oh. Oh yeah, I haven't got good looks at it because I've never gotten very far in, but with my underwater scopes I've used, there seems to be some sort of underwater civilization in it. Well, it seems decrepit and destroyed now. Anyways, it's pretty much surrounded by fissures, so I don't really try to explore it.
Maybe that's where we have to
submersible,
go.
You guys can check it out. Maybe. I think, knowing my old friend, he probably would go over there. Here to try out the diving suit. But probably pretty deep in, as I couldn't see the diving suit from there.
Well, where's Bernira? He looks out the window.
I don't know. The last time I saw her, she said she was going to do something and sent me back up here.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. I had
All right.
my
So just to recap you when you were stepped away for a moment, the captain mentioned something about in a book that he's reading that was on one of Rhett's bookcases about an ancient underwater civilization deep within the empty sea. And he thinks that's where we need to go to find whatever Rhett lost and maybe some treasure. And he's mentioning that to the crew.
We're going out to go find some lost treasure. How important is this treasure, actually?
He looks to Rhett. Why don't you explain
Well-
for our friend?
Well, pretty much, he pulls out, like, this big, like, sketch of this armor thing that looks airtight and has an air tank on the back.
Roll a history check to see
basically-
what this is.
Both of us?
Nah, Rhett already knows.
Rhett already
So-
knows what it is because he made it.
20! Which means it's 22.
This is something you've heard about and you've
And passing word. Mainly.
passing word, yeah, but it's called a diving suit. Allows you to swim underwater without need for, well,
Holding your breath.
yes.
You don't even need to really swim, as it's heavy enough to drag you down.
Yep.
So
The concept was very ludicrous at the time. People thought it was a joke and unsafe.
Wait,
So-
wait.
So wait, you're going to send someone down the endless here in that thing?
Empty
Well,
sea.
I don't have it. Someone I was working with stole it or took it for them to test it out. He said, and he hasn't came back as he went into the empty sea to challenge himself. I assume.
We need to find your suit back.
Yeah, and maybe his ship has. If you find a ship, he may have some actual normal treasure on it too. But
Then
I'll let
why
you
the-
keep the suit. if
Why
it's
the hell are
willing.
we sitting here? We should go.
Agreed.
Well, I have to build the submersible first.
Well, we need to start splitting up anyways.
Yeah.
So
I like-
split up.
Hmm.
We can let you do what you do, but maybe the captain and I, and Miss I dump out a whole entire damn bar. We'll go looking for him.
All I can
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
all I can say is selling on your ship is not a wise idea in the empty sea, mainly because you won't be able to defend yourself from what's in the empty sea.
We need. It doesn't matter if this treasure's important. We need to find it. It
It's
may
deep
even help-
underwater, probably. The ship probably sunk and the suit probably fell in.
Yes, and if you know, Felton, our current vessel looks outside to the Ventura.
It's broken.
So let me guess.
It's not going to go underwater.
So that's it. We give up.
No, our friend here, Rhett, can build
I've
us.
already been I've
A
already been working on
ship.
the blueprints, he says, while stepping back, and you see like this entire large blueprint for the submersible.
Yep.
How long will it take you?
About maybe a few hours, maybe a day.
Roll a d4 for me. For how many hours?
Okay, let me look. Get 1d4. Roll. I told you to roll. Here we go. 3.
3 hours.
About 3 hours. Won't be very long, actually.
3 hours. Then I suggest. All right, Captain. What do you think we should do until then?
Well, Bernier's Megalodon also suffered some kind of ailment that we need to go to the MTC to figure out. Maybe talking to her and cheering her up might help, because she's been having it rough lately.
Then you better count me out, because she's not a fan of me. You all, it's a different story.
Rhett just goes, well, I have to get working on the submersible. I'll tell you when I'm done, he says, while hitting like a little peg, like in
I'll
another
stay
little
here.
lift and goes down.
I'll stay here with him.
Just don't touch anything. Don't get into trouble.
I promise not to touch anything. The whole trouble part, trouble just follows me. You know that, Captain, more than anybody.
He walks off, just like pinching his nose.
Well,
What?
if anything happens, we'll be
Don't
quite a
act like
distance
trouble
away
doesn't-
on the beach.
I look at Wilcox like, what? It's not like trouble doesn't follow you. It follows you everywhere. Don't say it doesn't.
The
Oseram
captain's
follows the
ignoring
captain.
him and like heading into the lift, just completely oblivious to what Felton just said, and just he turns around and says, "I mean it, Felton. No trouble." As he flips the switch on the lift and it goes down.
Felton just shrugs like,
So is the captain headed toward the ship?
Yes.
I think we all are except for Felton.
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not Magdi. I'm not gonna throw an entire bar away.
Hey, I did not throw. I wish Moxie were here to properly explain this to you. Where is Moxie? As she walked out and goes, "Oh Lord, not the elevator again."
Rutland
look
just
down,
goes,
don't look
it's
down, don't look
fine,
down."
good chap. Just don't look anywhere. Just look down or look at your
Still
hands.
think about heights or falling, gravity.
Shut up, Rutland says.
Roll a
Thank you, and she-
Constitution saving throw.
Thank you. Actually, to be fair, there should be a wisdom check, but we'll do con.
Or Wisdom saving throw. I'll allow either.
We're
Oh,
losing your
God.
balance,
Yeah.
by the way. We're losing your balance,
Lord.
Magdi.
What did you roll?
Don't think about
Well, it's bad on both accounts. 6 if it was a wisdom, 8 if it was a constitution. I'm
I'll
gonna
take.
go with wisdom.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with wisdom.
Yep.
Felton just says to Magdi, or losing your balance too. Don't think about losing your balance.
She immediately.
just-
She immediately. Like, you see the woozy face on her.
Felton just chuckles.
Bastion
And then
looks
immediately
just goes,
projectile
"Idea."
vomits all over you.
Yeah.
She's not even near me. She's not even near me.
No.
She's
what
over on the
hap-
other
That's why it's
side.
projectile.
what happens as well is Bastion helps.
Projectile means I have distance.
Can I roll to dodge? Can I roll to dodge?
No, it's not combat.
That's not bad.
You
just
got
to make-
yucked on.
Also, just to make it
I wipe
funnier.
it over Bastion.
No, like what to make it funnier is Bastion actually helped by using his wind powers to push it towards Felton.
Exactly.
Felton just takes out his swords and hits Bastion on the top of the head with the butt of his sword.
You hear like a loud like creaking noise as his body kind of like moves a little bit, and he just goes. He just like quickly swats your hand away with his metal hand. That actually hurts a little bit as he hits your actual hand. Like,
Roll a
it's not enough to
d4.
hurt, but it's enough to make you go, ow.
Yeah, roll a d4, Felton.
I don't know which. Oh, here it is.
It's a tiny little triangle.
Little triangle. Don't step on it.
It's a
Ouch.
4. It's a 4.
Take 4 damage.
Yeah.
Take 4 damage.
The little armor plating in his hand actually like nips you, and there's like a little
Ow!
scratch on your hand. Do not
I-
touch.
I just kidding. It's like, fine.
Meanwhile,
So-
the elevator reaches the bottom of the floor.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Captain, roll a perception check.
Sure.
Yeah, the other one that's not going to get this is poor Magdive, who's.
Give me a hot
No,
second.
it's just the captain.
Yep.
Just the
okay.
captain.
16.
That's plenty. You notice that the much larger Megalodon
Mhm.
is literally laying in the shallows on the beach, looking right at you. He's not looking at Magdi, he's not looking at anybody else, he's staring directly at you.
He looks at the Megalodon. Something wrong?
In your head, you hear, "You may want to check your quarters on your ship."
He runs to the ship ahead of the team and heads up to his quarters and puts his key into the door, turns it.
Before you do that, you notice that the door is actually kind of open just a little bit, like it's ajar, like somebody pulled it open.
He pushes the door slightly open and says, "Hello," drawing his flintlock.
You look in the room and you notice there's a huge mess in here. A huge mess. There are bottles, there's gold everywhere, and
What the
on
hell?
the back wall, near the door that leads out onto the back balcony,
Yep.
3 of your most expensive liquors are gone.
Uh-oh.
And the door to the balcony is slightly open.
He, like, you can just literally see the steam coming out of his ears, and he just shouts, "Skeletons, assemble the crew." One of the skeletons behind him just snaps to attention, like rattles, and says, "Yes, Captain." And starts ringing the bell on the ship.
Alexo pops his head out, goes, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Someone took my liquor.
Wow.
Remember, the door to the balcony behind the captain's quarters is slightly open.
Then the balcony
Check
is
the
a little
ship.
It usually isn't supposed to be open.
Check the ship.
Okay. Alexo decides to do what no one else seems to be doing and sticks his head out through the creaked open door.
As you stick your head out, you see Brunira laying on the floor with her head propped up against the balcony, slowly chugging one of the bottles, with 2 bottles next to her already empty. She looks pale. She looks bloodshot. You can see the veins in her white pale skin. Her tail is limp and dried out. She looks like on the verge of where she's gonna die. That's how sickly she looks. And
Captain,
she's slowly chugging the liquor.
Captain, I think I found where it went. He says, opening the.
He rushes
door.
out, sees Bernier, and says, rushes forward. He's gonna grab the bottle out of your hand.
Well, Captain.
Roll
she's
for a
little-
strength check because you got to rip
she's
it
a-
out of her hand. She's got a
Yep.
death grip on the bottle.
Yep.
She's a little dead-looking, Captain.
And I am going to contest it with my own strength roll.
Okay.
At this point,
12.
I rolled a 13.
yeah, at this
Yep.
point,
He's like trying to
Magdi-
pull back on the bottle. It's like, Bernira, this is not who. Bernira, let go.
At this point, Magdi, who's now just coming out of her, oh god, and I'm going to kill Fulton,
Mhm.
hears the bell, runs into the captain's quarters, sees the open door.
And out here, Bernira, come on, just let go.
And
Her
Magdi
eyes
goes,
are sunk in. She can't hear you. She's in her own little world.
Magdi will come in. Oh,
We need to get her either into the water or something. I don't know what. He looks at the bottles
I
and
know
just kind of
what-
tosses them overboard and says, "These are
I
killing her.
know-
We need to."
yes, I know these things are killing her. Take the other empty bottles and get it away from her. I'll try to take this one
He
away.
shouts to skeletons, "Get rid of all the booze on board now."
Bastion grabs the empty
Can
bottle.
We,
Yeah,
can we have a second? Can we go back for a second where it felt it's like
Oh. What is it?
feel a disturbance in the force.
I feel like, oh.
Why is the rum gone?
It's like I don't know why, but when I see Ritalin, when I see the captain, I'm probably going to punch him in the stomach. So you might have to stop me.
Oh, okay.
Just,
But
just trust me on this one.
okay.
The captain
But,
is.
meanwhile, back there,
Yep.
Bastion looks at the empty
Okay.
bottles and grabs them and goes, "I have an idea." He will jumping into the water with the bottles.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm attempting to take the bottle that Bernira has
Yep.
away.
Roll strength check, and I'll roll against it.
That is a 14.
Oh, I rolled a 16 plus 2. You're not prying that bottle out of her hand.
Okay, then this is what she's gonna do. She's going to roll her athletic to pick you up
Shoot the
and
bottle.
toss you overboard.
All right. Okay. Roll against her weight. Because remember, you're still shaky from coming off that cliff.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's
I
a
know.
disadvantage roll.
Yep.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because you're still nervous from being up on the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of goes against you a little bit.
I think this says something. Both my dice said natural 20.
Ooh.
Damn!
Thank you. Both
You
of them.
shrug off that sickly feeling of.
Well, she sees her one of her friends, drinking herself to death.
Yep.
Of course she's gonna get out of whatever it was, and
Yep.
off she goes. She Magdi picks up her friend and goes.
As you lift her off the balcony, you
Uh.
feel this really just gross, slimy yuck on your hands as you peel her off the floorboard, and there's this gel-like imprint of her body just
Yes.
plastered on the wood. It looks
She doesn't care.
gross.
She doesn't care. She picks her up. She looks down. Is the Megalodon down there?
The Megalodon is down there and waiting. He is looking like he's fixing to cry, but he can't because he's a shark.
Yep.
Okay. She walks to the edge, looked over at the captain. Captain, permission to drop.
Go ahead. We need all our crew.
And she.
He's
drops you.
like busily biting his nails back and forth like a typewriter.
Ding, 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 ding.
As you drop her, she falls into the water and sinks.
The captain leans over the railing and looks down and says, and the skeletons just join him looking over the railing, and he's like looking at the skeletons like, fetch the book. One of the skeletons
Bastion
looks
just,
at
like,
the
jumps
captain.
back onto the deck and goes, "He's in the water now."
She's in the water. Let's hope that either gets her to her senses or brings her out of it. I am going to at this point. Magda is going to walk down off the ship.
Mm-hmm. To the
and
shore.
As close to the water. Yeah,
Yeah.
close to the water as she can to look for the other Megalodon. To look for the Megalodon that.
The Megalodon is dead.
No, not that one. The live
Oh, the
one.
big one. The big
bigger
one.
The big
yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's floating in the water behind the ship. He's waiting for her to resurface.
Yep.
Okay. So that's where Magdi is going to go. She looks at the Megalodon and goes, I know you can't understand. I guess you could sort of understand what I'm saying. Do you think this will work?
In your head, you hear the sound of a distant voice. I don't know.
Well, let's hope it works.
Like you can hear the voice. It sounds strained.
Yeah, I know.
On the back of the ship, in the captain's quarters, the captain is, again, tearing apart his entire cabin looking for something. The skeletons are helping. He's looking for something in the his quarters.
Magda, roll a perception check.
Thank you. Perception?
Yep.
Come on. 19.
Oh, perfect. As you're sitting there on the beach, waiting for, whatever to happen. You know that sound like in movies where the bad guy realizes that the good guy's got weird powers and that loud, thunderous heartbeat that
Yes.
tells the bad guy, oh shit, I'm screwed?
Yes.
You hear that sound come from the ocean.
I look over at the Megalodon and goes, I think it's working. Magda's not scared. Yeah, Magda's not scared.
You see the water recede a little bit, like it pulls away from the beach as Brunira surfaces.
The captain runs out of his quarters onto the back of the balcony, holding up a very large, ancient tome, and says, I found it! Noticing Brunira is awake, he says, oh.
Oh.
Never mind.
She walks up onto the beach with trident in hand.
Uh-huh.
She drops her trident next to you and keeps walking and just doesn't say a word, but just keeps walking.
Portland walks over and sees this and goes, what is wrong with Mira? Right?
I think she might be grieving.
Oh. That's fair, actually.
Magdai will pick up the trident. This might be a bad idea. And follow Brunira.
When the moment you touch the trident, you hear this weird voice in your head you've never heard before.
What does it say?
You hear screaming. Like thousands of lives screaming all at once the moment you touch this trident.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
That was exactly what I was about to do. Oh. Ooh. That is a 15.
That's enough. You hear distinctive voices among the screams. You hear the words, come back, we need you, we miss you, and things of that nature. It sounds like young children crying out for their mother.
I sigh and look at the trident. Do you want to be back with my friend? She's saying this out loud. She's talking to an inanimate object.
Asterum will kind of look over at Magdai and tilt his head.
Trust me, this is not going to be the first nor the last time that she's going to be talking to an inanimate object.
The voices in your head suddenly go quiet, as if everything has stopped. As if time itself has stopped.
Magdai will look around her.
What you see around you is it's almost like you've been temporarily transported to another world. You see Brunira sitting on a throne, but she looks vastly different from what she does the way you know her. She's a lot larger. She's a lot more powerful.
Yep.
She has a crown of coral on her head.
Kind of more for the
more
for
kind of more like Ursula, only much more skinny and beautiful, and not
I
hideously ugly and grotesque.
I got it.
Yeah, and she's ruling with pride on her throne.
Well,
And the trident in that version of her hand is much larger and much more bejeweled and elegant. You realize that this trident she's holding is a fragment of the trident she used to have. And the screaming is the souls that are trapped in that fragment because she's trying to get back to her kingdom.
right. I ask again, do you want to be with my friend?
We hear one little voice, one little tiny voice that says no. Fear, pain, no.
Why is there fear? Why is there pain?
The image of the dead Megalodon pops into your head.
Did he get that one back?
And then another image of a weeping Brunira pops into your head, but she's like far away from you, almost.
How do we manage to keep doing this, Mag?
I don't know, it just works out.
It just always works, man.
Yep, it does.
And then suddenly, without warning, you're pulled back into reality as you see Brunira sitting on a rock with her face in her hands and a pool of tears at her feet.
I'll be right back.
Which Magdi will wander over. Still with the trident in her hand. Bernira,
What?
are you alright?
No. I won't be alright until I have my revenge.
Well, we're working on that.
Good.
Would you like your trident back?
Yes, please.
And as Magdi is handing this trident back to Bernira,
Yes.
No, I'm asking me as player to you as player.
Oh.
Roll me a perception as Magdi's handing this very powerful artifact back to its owner.
15.
That will do it. What you see on Magdi's face is something that Bernira has never seen before. Up until this point, it's Magdi is a pirate that is a soldier that listens to her commanding officer, and right now her commanding officer just happens to be the captain of a pirate ship. But in this moment, Bernira looks at Magdi and sees someone worthy of being priestess of the sky. Like holding this trident did not phase her one little bit.
I'm surprised you managed to resist screaming. Very few who touch my trident can resist those screams.
Well, this does prove something,
Alright,
doesn't
back.
it?
Oh, hi.
Oh, damn it.
This does prove something, doesn't it? That I'm truly this priestess of the sky. Or whatever that means.
If only we knew the truth, huh?
But know this, Bernera. You are my friend. And I am not going to leave you not unsupported, nor anything else.
I thank you for that.
Although I keep having these dreams about a very tall tiefling and an even taller half elf that has black wings. I don't know what that means.
I've had dreams like that before. I simply chalk them up to nightmares.
They could be nightmares and they could be something else.
We may never know the truth.
Eh,
Future crossplay episode.
Maybe.
No.
The captain has come up
Or
along
crossover.
the shore, but he's kind of standing at a distance, holding this large tome, like clutched to his chest,
Mhm.
and is just waiting for you two to finish your conversation. He doesn't want to intrude.
Magdi looks over and says, I think the captain found a tome.
What kind of tone?
He
Like he would tell me. I was trying to make sure that you were all right. Did you know you were drinking until you were almost dead?
I wasn't aware of that, no.
Well,
captain approaches with the tome and kind of lays it on the rock, opens it, and he points to an image of the Bernera. If you'd like to roll a perception check or a history check.
I am rolling a history because my history is better than my perception.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Dirty 20, baby. Dirty 20, yes.
oh.
You immediately
nice
recognize
looking
this
at you
picture.
Right now.
It's your home. It's an artistic rendition of your underwater city, with the castle off in the center, off in the distance, glistening under the crystal blue ocean. And he points and he says, "Look here." And he's pointing specifically in the lower left-hand corner of the artist's drawing, and he gives a set of coordinates. And he pulls out a map, puts it side by side with the book, and points to where we are, and then draws his finger closer towards the center of this swirling mass on the map. I think I know where your home is.
My kingdom. It's in the empty?
He
I
nods.
don't remember.
Britland just says, like, falling backward. What?
I don't remember my kingdom being in the empty.
Maybe
Of
the
course,
wasn't
being
there
a sea
before.
hag for as many years as I was, I probably lost much of my memory.
He says, I think it's now time to reunite the queen with her kingdom.
Going really fast.
I believe you're right. Magdi, my trident, please.
Oh, yes. And she hands the trident over, and the whatever it was that was in that trident doesn't quite go away.
Cool. But Britland goes, I think we should check on Rhett and see if he's done with the submersible.
Good idea. He closes the tome with a loud thunk and rolls up the map.
So you're saying that your kingdom might be in there, and Magdi points to the swirling.
It's possible. If that book is true, if those coordinates are correct, it's very much possible that my kingdom is there.
Well, I mean that's no different than finding out that my kingdom was up in the clouds. So.
Indeed. First things first. And she reaches up and she snatches the trident back from you.
I did see something when I was holding that. That's
Oh,
only a fraction of what that trident is.
yes. It used to be much larger. I used to be much larger.
Yes.
I used to be
Yes.
a giant. I would tower over you, Magdi. And she burst out laughing at the ridiculousness of her being taller than you.
And I would not mind that. I would much prefer seeing you sitting somewhere where you're happy instead of
Alright.
the state that you're in now, which is not happy.
And we cut to Felton.
That's a good spot to cut to because I'm being called away. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep.
Okay.
Felton, what are you
Ship-
doing with Rhett right now?
I'm just sitting there, just
Did you follow Rhett into his like working quarters where he's working in the sub, or have you just sat there?
sit there, just looking around.
In the slight distance within the place, you can hear a lot of sounds of working. Wrenches, a weird hissing noise that sounds like welding, but I don't think anyone knows what welding is in this world yet. Could be welding, who knows? And a lot of other weird noises. Also, you hear every now and then a loud hiss, and then you hear Rhett go, "Ow!
What did you do?
Steam! Hot!"
Don't touch it.
I have to. I didn't know that pipe was loose. Ah!
Same pipe, I would imagine.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
If you think you can do better, come down and help. Maybe
No,
this will get done faster.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
All you have to do is hold tools for me. And hold pipes.
I would, but I'll leave it to the guy who knows how to fix everything. I'm just a guy who just fights.
Fair enough.
Sales.
While when you say the word fight, Felton, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
It is 17.
Deep in the back of your mind, a memory emerges. And
I'm back.
it's not a pleasant memory. You remember a distant battle on a galleon of some kind. You don't remember the ship's or the vessel's name, or even the crew, but you know you're allied with them. This is kind of like a dream sequence going on in the back of your mind. And you're there. You feel the presence of battle in your mind. You can feel and like sense you're holding your sword, and your ship's being boarded by black skeletons with flaming blue eyes. And you're being overwhelmed. One of your crewmen goes down.
Am I hurt?
No, you're not hurt. You're just being surrounded and you're being, like, hacked and slashed at. And, like, your crew is losing this fight in this dream.
I tried to Is anyone still out? Is anyone still alive? We have to get off this ship. It's a losing battle.
There's a loud thunderclap, and lightning strikes the mast and sets it on fire. The mast falls down, crushing several more crew members and some of the enemies. But you know the ship is doomed. And then you realize, as you snap out of this dream, very slowly, it wasn't a dream. It was a glimpse of possibly the future.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Britland! Britland!
Yeah. Eventually, Bretland just comes out of nowhere. What? What is it? What do you need?
I don't think we should go.
Oh. I don't think Red is. I just came over to check how Rhett's doing. What do you mean we have to go?
Britland, I grabbed Britland by his coat.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I glimpsed at our future.
Possible future? He says in like a very questioning tone. Maybe future?
Yes,
Besides that?
possible future, but it could
Possible.
happen.
What happened in it? Come on, tell me. Maybe tell the captain when he finally gets up. He looks at like the lift going back down.
Skeletons. Our ship on fire.
Hmm.
We were dying.
That's
We can't win.
concerning.
We can't win
Well,
this fight.
well, we're not going on a ship. We're going on a whatever that is, an underwater ship.
Doesn't matter, Britland. It could happen either way. You're going to die. We are going to die. I had to sit there and watch as you all were crushed.
Britland thinks for a moment.
Felton,
Ugh.
for the remainder of this game, I'm spending 2 of my danger points to enact a complication that basically states that you're fearful of this journey.
This journey scares you.
Yes.
After
And I'll let you
a
play
little
that
bit-
out however you wish.
I'm like, listen, I don't know where it happens. It could happen in that sea. But we don't win.
Don't worry, good chum. We've always survived in most
You-
attacks.
I'm like, Brett, if you're ever gonna listen, if you've ever
You're
taken
shaking,
me seriously,
Bretland, and the bucket's rattling.
Bretland, if you've ever taken me serious for what, now's the time. Not good. I
I'll see.
swear I gotta. Can I roll a perception check, like, to see if it was like any one of the crew that I could recognize?
If you roll a wisdom check, because you have to dig back into that memory. And it's a painful one, so I'm going to say with disadvantage.
It's 20
Roll again
and
because
6
it's
foot.
roll again because it's with disadvantage. It's a very painful memory.
19.
19. Okay. You manage to dig back into the memory, and your face just kind of contorts into like this grimace of like fear. And you kind of rewind the image of the mast falling on one of these crew members.
I recognize it. It's Magdi. And it's that, and that's Astrium.
You
both
see
get crushed
off in
by-
the distance, rolling out from underneath the one of the burning masts, is a metal bucket.
No.
Woodland.
Oh no.
The memory fades.
It's you all. You die. But wait, where's Bernera? Where was Bernera? Where's Captain Wilcox?
Britland just, like puts his hands on your shoulders and goes, Falcon, you need to calm down.
No! I won't! I saw it! Everyone dies! We don't win! The Torpedo beats us!
At
Damn
the
it, Falcon, calm the hell down for
at
once
the
in
sound
your
of
life.
like everyone dies, the elevator comes up and the captain's like, "Who's dying? What is all this?"
Red goes, your buddy's shouting about stuff. I could barely hear him down here. The sound of noise.
Well, Captain, we can't go to that sea. Not at all.
And why is that, Felton?
So, a vision. It's a possibility vision, but a vision nonetheless.
Describe this vision to me.
Ship on fire. Black skeletons everywhere. They had to be Shapiras.
Can you describe anything else about this surroundings in this
Burning
vision of yours?
everybody. I don't know. Can we roll again for another pave? Like the vision comes back to where
don't.
you come in.
All right, but I'm going to add a penalty of -2 because you're trying to pull on this very
No.
vivid dream.
Then we're not going to do that.
Britland goes, be careful now, Falcon.
I didn't see where you and
Drink-
Rhaenyra was. But I saw Britland, I saw Astrium, I saw Magdi. They die. They both die. They get crushed by a mass.
Britland quickly lets out a forewarning of Warning, most visions people have, if they try and force a thought out of it, it will start molding to what you think it is. This
Was
means
it
you may not get the full information.
Britland? I saw you without your. I saw the bucket. Your bucket wasn't on your head,
I can't die that easily. Probably.
Britland. You
If I
do,
die, I just reform.
Britland. I don't think you do. I think you were really gone.
The captain looks
Did
at.
Rhaenyra come up the
Yeah.
lift with the captain?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I think she would have.
Well, I mean, Magda's not that far behind.
Yeah. So yep, he came up on the
Listen
left.
to me. We can't go to that sea, no matter what. It's a death trap. It's a losing battle. We're not ready.
The captain just looks from you to Rhaenyra to Britlin. Felton, I don't want to have to do this, but for the sake of the crew, I'm confining you to quarters.
What? No! You can't do this.
Captain, you think that's a little too harsh for him?
Nero,
If he's going to be a danger to our crew, I cannot have him topside. We must
No!
complete this mission.
Has he noticed Brunero walk into the room yet?
No, you're walking up behind the captain.
Britland may
no.
have noticed, but hasn't really fully acknowledged it.
No, listen to me. It's not worth it. Listen, it's not going to end well. We will die. We will lose. We'll lose our
Reaches out,
ship.
and she grabs Felton by the shoulder.
Rhaenyra, please escort our dear Felton to his
Now,
quarters.
Captain.
Grandpa, listen to me.
Now, Captain. Let's not be that harsh. Felton, calm down.
Can't.
Visions are visions. They doesn't mean they're going to come true. They are possibilities, not probabilities. I've had many a visions of you dying in the past in my dreams. But have you died yet? No, you have not. Calm down.
My visions. You don't get it. When visions like this happen.
You're speaking to a sea queen, Felton.
Hey. But they've happened. I bought crews like this. I once didn't take them seriously, and I lost them. And I lost the crew before.
Felton, I'm going to beam you in the head with my trident in a minute if you don't calm down.
Britland
The captain
thinks
just
for a
says, "See, Rhaenyra? He has lost it. He needs to be confined to quarters."
Britland goes, wait a minute. Felton, what kind of... okay, there's two types of visions I'm thinking about right now. There's the basic ones that have... well, they do have feelings, but what kind of presence did you feel?
It's Sapira.
Tell me what kind of presence you felt, damn it. Did you feel nothing? Or did you feel some sort of force?
Felt like it was like a force warning me. It felt like something was pushing me not to do this.
Britland thinks, I think I maybe know what's got into him. Maybe.
He's probably gone ocean mad.
No,
No.
Roll
no.
a Arcana
Britland?
check.
Oh, I'm definitely rolling an Arcana check.
Okay.
All right, I'll let Britlin assist if
Yes.
you'd like.
Okay,
What is it?
go ahead and roll. But
Okay. Okay, what do I need to roll?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Just
I
1d20.
rolled- That's a 6 for me.
Ooh.
Okay, 1d20 plus... that 2. Come on, Britland. I believe in you. He's got 11. So, like, Britland...
Oh, 11 and 6.
17.
Well, no.
Got a 17.
Well, I was gonna say, if someone was helping you, you would have gotten that on advantage. But 17 probably also works.
Yeah, 17. I'm combining the scores. Just
Okay.
for
Put them
simplicity.
together.
So, yeah,
Britland helps in the process of figuring what this out is, and I can describe it.
go ahead.
When you go to check for what kind of magic this is, I guess, what are you doing specifically? Arcana-wise?
She is looking at his mind to see if he's been affected in some way.
You see almost a dark presence, like a line almost, drawing from him all the way into what seems to be the empty sea.
It's a
Like something
like a
is-
scars on your
Yeah.
skull kind of thing, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
a mental
something
scar.
is like something is broadcasting this vision to him, almost like a dark signal.
She's going to attempt to block it.
Roll a Arcana check.
At this point, Magda is going to walk up and look at Brittlin and go, "What is
Yes.
going on with Felton?"
It's something I kind of had when it's 2 times kind of.
So
Before I barely remember. It's a very faint memory.
okay, I can't remember. Is it? Is it a little dash over the circle part that makes it a 9?
The dash is usually the bottom.
The
So if
bottom,
there's a-
yeah. So it's a 6.
Okay, so wow, my Arcana rolls are crappy. It's 9 total.
When you try to stop this, you use your magic a little bit. All of a sudden, you feel an overwhelming presence push you back, and a slight brief like vision flash through your mind. It goes
The
too fast
vision
to really
of like
recognize
2
anything.
eyeballs, socketless, with flaming red eyes, just kind of flicker like briefly, like like that like jump scare kind of flash into your mind with the screaming, and then disappears. Bernier.
Okay.
So, what happened, Brittlin? What happened to you?
It's like a gap in my memory. I remember I had some sort of vision before me and my crew were like this, and then one after when I was mutinied. But I don't remember what happened in between, how we became this. He kind of like, lifts his bucket a little bit.
Right.
I just
She
remember it was some weird brief flash of some sort of storm.
she then spins around, looks at Bernera. Bernera, what do you?
What?
What does Magda see?
She sees a flash of confusion on
Okay.
Rhaenyra's face.
All right. Bernera, are you all right?
Felton's mind is being warped right now.
Warped.
Yes, warped. And hang on. Could you stop it?
I wasn't able to the first time. I could try again, but I don't make any promises. Whatever this is, it's something that has him by its claws and not letting go.
Well, we'll both try.
Can't go to the endless. We can't go to the endless.
Emptiness, one way or
Put your
another.
hands on him, and I'll put my hand on you.
Can't go to the emptiness. We can't.
Now, I don't have Arcana, but I am going to make the Gold College try.
All right.
Jesus,
So
your win.
try rolling Arcana again. Watch it be a
Listen
bad
to
roll.
me. I don't know whether or not it is a vision. Maybe it is the emptiness trying to warn us.
What did you get?
I got a 15.
I got a 13. And my Arcana is a +3, so
That's
14,
a
15, 16,
16.
yeah.
Yep.
Felton, your dream is pushed back to the very far reaches of your mind, freeing you from this inevitable terror.
There is one thing to say. There is a cost to doing this.
Yep.
'Cause I have to make it problematic.
Yep.
For the people that
What?
for the people that they use their power to push. Oh, no.
No, not really. Well, I've been around Maggie, but whenever I saw them pups,
Uh-oh.
yeah, why?
Okay, I gotta wait for a second because this includes Bernera.
I'm fine now. It's just I wasn't around him that long.
Okay, I'm just.
Well, if Maggie's got it, wouldn't it expose you?
ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in a few moments.
Two people's cameras went out. Oh, nope. Never
Hello,
mind.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Shores of Stars, Superior's Legend. We apologize for the brief break. We just had a thing we had to deal with. Thank you.
Either way, Vernier and Magdai, you're the two that pushed this back, correct?
Right.
As you do so, okay, Arkham, you have like static going through your mic.
Arkham, you felt it.
Felton, whatever. I'm just trying to announce you. There we go. Yeah, Vernier. All of a sudden, when you do this, you get overwhelmed. A presence starts coming, and all of a sudden, you get multiple flashes of visions. You see thousands, almost like hundreds of visions all of a sudden, all at once. It's
So do I
horrible.
roll a
Yeah.
do I roll a wisdom saving throw?
Yes,
yes,
both of you.
Okay.
Start seeing the visions.
Wow. The dice gods are not happy with me right now. I rolled a
fucking what?
4.
Oof. What do you roll, Magda?
That's an 8.
Oof. You both get overwhelmed with visions. Visions such as seeing Britlin's bucket melt into molten nothingness. And stuff like, in Bernera, you see something interesting through these flashes as well. You see this hole that looks familiar to you almost. This ancient, like, building with a hole in it, and a large eye opening inside of it, and thousands of hands reaching around the edges. And all you hear go through your mind is some echoey voice saying, "No gods." And all of a sudden, you're kind of knocked down, like your legs kind of give out.
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you.
Oh,
And you're clutching
What?
your head.
Wow.
The visions kind of stop, but you still feel this presence kind of lingering in the
Captain
back of your
just
head.
like looks to like Bernera,
What
Magdai,
happened?
and then to Felton, and it's like, what is going on here? What is up with all of you?
we stopped Felton from thing what he was saying, and I think it transferred to us. Tried to
Okay,
protect Felton.
that makes me very angry.
Keep your anger.
Calm down,
Ashton?
Bernera. We
Felton
can deal with this.
Felton stands up very slowly.
What did you guys see? What happened?
Ashton.
Saw a building with a giant eyeball and hands, and it was talking about no gods, and then something or other, and then the whole vision collapsed.
Magdai's calling for Bastion. Where's Bastion?
Bastion walks in. What is it? What do you need?
Bastion,
Yes?
do you know anything about the empty sea?
Barely. Nothing. All we know is the sea goddess avoids this area. Even our sky, the god of the skies avoids this place. It's not even. It's just an ocean.
Not an ocean. There's
Well,
something in there.
there is.
I just had a vision that I saw Brooklyn's bucket melt.
What?
Yes. We were
Is it-
trying to stop whatever it was from taking over Felton. We did, and that was our reward. and it's still in my head.
Well,
See what I mean? You see what I mean?
Well, it
Don't
sounds like
start, you.
we're subject to a hostile psychic presence.
But how do
Or
we
at least-
stop it?
At least you are.
I'll tell you how we stop it. We find it, we bash it in the skull.
The only way that you know how to fix the problem, bash things in the well, no, wait. The dream also had the person point their finger and go kill, or frighten them to death.
Felton just looks down. Like you can't like see his eyes or his face because it's just all deep in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
He's like very quiet about it. It's still in horror.
This thing, whatever it was, commanded the Krakens. Has to have. That Kraken took my Megalodon. I am furious.
Say your anger and direct it to the person that it needs to be directed towards.
Oh,
The
trust me,
Supura.
I'm going to. Oh, when I find that ship, I'm going to burn it.
The
I would
captain
prefer you not
looks over at
burning
Rhett.
that ship, since that does technically belong to somebody else.
yes, it does. Brittlin says, and all of a sudden, as you
It
guys are
technically
talking,
belongs to Captain Buckethead over there.
all of a sudden you guys hear a little lifting, and you see Rhett sitting there. Goes, okay, it's the submarine's done. Why are you guys on the floor?
You don't want to know.
Brett,
Okay, yes.
I'm glad that you're here and not going into that thing, because I don't think your mind could take exactly what just happened.
Yeah. That place does give me some unnerving things. I've sometimes had nightmares about that place. Too bad I live here.
Wait a minute, how long have you lived here?
For a while. It could just be me, but it feels like that endless, empty sea is getting larger. I swear sometimes the borders of it get closer to my house.
Oh dear.
Outside, there's a
Probably
loud
fine.
crack of lightning,
Ugh.
and the wind
And
picks
I
up.
look over to Bernera. We need to take that out before it gets any bigger, or it's going to engulf everything, including my kingdom in the sky.
Well,
Yes, indeed.
well, it seems like you got some urgency on you. Well, the submarine's done. If you follow me, I can bring you to it.
Let's
Right.
go. I'm tired of waiting.
Let's get going.
Let's get going.
Felton, are you coming?
She picks up her trident and storms out the door.
We are going.
Oh,
Brittlin looks to Felton and goes, you're going?
yes.
Okay, then.
But I'm telling you, it's a bad idea.
Even if it is.
Well, whether it's a bad idea or not, do you really want that thing? And she points to the swirling storm to take over everything in the sea.
Come on, Felton, answer.
Hurry this up, though.
Okay. As you
Which I
guys get down, Rhett says, behold, my masterpiece. He says, well, showing this large submarine vehicle. It's a lot bigger than you first expected. It's big enough to house everybody, seemingly.
The captain just looks at it and kind of raps on the metal hull and says, "Impressive design. Are you sure she'll hold up against this storm?"
Of course. Well, luckily for you guys, you'll be under the water. Meaning you won't even have to deal with the storm above.
But what about the currents? They'll be pretty fierce down there.
Probably will.
I might be able to do something about the currents.
Yes. Anyways, this thing should hold up against anything true bad. And also, he kind of gestures to these little cannons and says, I put torpedoes on this thing. Well, cannons. I'm kind of calling them torpedoes. Gesturing to like this bullet with a little fan on the back.
The captain looks at this and says, "Where's the gunpowder in it?"
Well, the gunpowder is kind of inside the cannon itself, but it uses other things to fire this mainly. There's no gunpowder in the bullet directly, though. He says, while tapping on it.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go. He says, Well, he said, well, you guys go. He says,
Yeah,
we're
he
loading
climbs
all
the
blips
ladder
in. He
up
goes,
to the
oh
hatch.
yeah, Captain, you still have that journal I gave you?
He pulls it out of his like sack and holds it up and
Keep-
says,
You can keep it. You're gonna probably need it.
"Understood. Thank you, Rhett."
Anyways, I always keep copies. Anyways, no problem.
The captain is going
Anyways,
to start unwinding the, like the winch on the
Yeah.
top of the hatch.
Yeah, Rhett also goes. I put some notes in there so you know what everything is inside.
Thank you.
just-
He
Like
opens
when
the
hatch
hatch and
fully
climbs
clo-
in.
Yeah. Everyone gets in the hatch. Well, inside. Hatch closes and Rhett starts lowering the submarine down into the water. Meanwhile,
Alright,
inside,
you're looking
filled with a lot of
outside
gadgets.
the portholes and you see the water just kind of rising over the windows. Everyone needs to
Yeah.
roll a wisdom saving throw to see if they have that sinking feeling.
Oh,
Except for
that's fair.
Brunera.
Except for Bernera, yeah, she's exempt.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Brunera is on the outside of the ship, though, holding on to it because she can go underwater without breathing.
Rhett looks and says,
Yep.
"You're gonna be okay." To Bernera.
Oh, I'll be fine. Trust me. This isn't the first time I've gone under.
Saran
Okay.
has rolled a 9, so he's not doing great.
You
Britland
just see
rolled a
the
3.
green. You see the lizard man green at the gills.
I had a 21.
Nice.
You thought you had sea
You're-
legs. You thought you had air legs. But submersible legs? You got those.
You got the. Britland
I
goes,
got
"Okay,
a 20.
never did
I got
this
a
before."
20. I got a 23.
Oh.
Yep, you're good.
Britland just goes, "Thank God I don't have a stomach." Ooh. Because Britland rolled a 3.
Asteron will move
He
away
picks up
from
his
the
bucket and
portholes.
immediately walks over, like, off to the side. You hear this, like, small splashing sound.
Britland can't vomit, so if he did, it would just be blue fire. Just
Yeah, it's just blue fire.
That's awesome.
You just hear the sound of, like, what sounds like a flamethrower, a blowtorch or something.
And you all hear this coming from Magdi, although you don't quite place the song.
Mhm.
Something about a yellow submarine. She starts humming it, and none of you can place the song.
What are you humming over
The
there?
captain is, like, flipping through the manual, like, walking towards the controls.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The
the
controls still look
ballast.
confusing. Also, it takes you all a minute. Like, you do hear the steam engine go up, but you realize, this room's lit. And you look up and you see a little light bulb flickering a little bit.
What is
About
that?
2 of them. I don't know what it is.
It's the captain, like, flipping through the manual. He says, "According to this, it's a special type of torch, a flameless torch."
Doesn't require fire at all.
So like,
A flameless torch.
So it's
Oh.
magical.
and
Yes,
Felton
it's
does,
maybe.
and Felton just like blurt out what it is just because he knows it.
Light bulb.
It's a bloody light bulb.
Why do you know that?
Guys, I actually learned how to study these things. I've been around.
Fair enough.
The captain throws back a lever at the controls, and you just hear ding, 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 ding as the dive bell
Yeah.
indicates that we're going down deeper.
Outside the ports, you can see these little like wings out on the submarine with little fans on them that start spinning.
The captain throws another
Out
lever
the-
and turns a winch.
Out the right port, you can see Brunera's like face as she's holding onto the side of it.
Whoa.
While her tentacle hair is flapping in the current.
Yep.
The thing finally submerges into the water. Welcome to actually being underwater. Britling goes, I never thought I would see the day being underwater. Like,
I
and
didn't
not
think.
swimming.
I
Well-
did, but I would have thought we would have been dead.
Meanwhile, the captain's like with one hand open on the book, flipping through it and like looking at controls, flipping through the journal.
Like, move forward, move down.
He says,
Use the WASD gears to move it around.
Felton just looks at the cap like, you don't know what you're doing, do you?
"I'm learning as fast as I can. If you'd like to help, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, where
gonna
is
roll-
the...
Can I roll a history
Can,
check?
can Brunira see him struggling with this?
Yes.
Through one of the portholes.
She shakes her head,
Hey, can,
points her trident out in front of the vessel, turns it as a current.
You
Uh-oh.
broke up there.
Broke up.
Okay, What part did you hear?
Turns it, and then it just broke up.
She turns the trident to the side, like she got like a wrist flip, and a sudden current pushes the submersible forward.
Some of the gauges start hitting the red zone.
Everybody inside the sub, roll a Constitution saving throw to keep yourself from falling over.
Dexterity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dexterity roll.
Oh, Lord,
dexterity?
why? Why a dexterity?
Wait, is that a 6? 6.
21.
Oh, it was 20 then.
Oh, Lord, that's a 9.
The captain is going to... I'll say what the captain's going to do once everyone rolls.
I already rolled. It was 20.
All right, you
And
managed to
you
grab
felt
onto one of the bars. These, like, whole handrails.
Okay. Brittlin trips up and uses his cane to kind of like cushion him and catch the fall a little bit. Like, oh, whoops! He just like lands on top.
That guy does not catch on to
Bad guy,
anything.
you fall onto your ass.
And the captain accidentally stumbles and grabs onto one of these, like, large, like, levers with, like, the grip handle. He grabs it and pulls it back. And the, one of the, like, steam whistles goes off in the back room. And you just hear, like, loud clanging, klaxon sound, like a clanging, metal clanging. And the captain says, flipping through the book frantically, and he's like, oh no. No.
No. Brittlin
I'll
tries
go
to
check on things on the windowless room in the back.
Felton just screams out to the captain, "You need to stop pulling bloody levers, man!"
I'm trying to drive this boat.
What the hell are you doing?
Osteron will go to the aft where presumably there's an engine room.
Yeah,
One
there's
of
a
the
steam
steam engines is currently blowing a lot of hot steam into the room. Like one of the pipes is like burst.
Oh. I'm getting a little creative, but could I attempt to use my proficiency in thieves tools to like bypass the damaged pipe?
Sure, but you're gonna have to roll a dexterity check to get past all the hot steam.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that a normal check or a saving throw?
Normal check.
Okay.
I hate to say this,
Ooh.
but wouldn't he have to roll at disadvantage because that steam would literally cook his
I
lizard
mean,
butt?
it's already pretty bad even without disadvantage. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you get singed and your scales get a little bit crispy.
Okay.
Steamed lizard.
Now
Yummy.
everyone knows what by steam is hot.
That guy says as she's sitting on the floor looking at the captain. Captain, you're in the captain's seat. You forgot to push the stoppy thingy.
He looks over and he just like sees a little like swivel kind of like wench. And he just looks over and he says, flipping through the book, shh. The boat comes to like a grinding and just kind of sits there.
Somebody just fart.
No.
I think that was
It's
That
the
was
groaning.
fine.
It's the groaning metal sound that I can make.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, I hit like a fart in the mic. I was like, who the frick farted?
Oh man, but it was not in the submarine.
It was the pilot's chair, I swear.
I mean, we are sardines in a tin can. It would have been funny if if someone let one fly.
Brittlin takes a little peek into the back room and goes, "Oh, okay, hi." He just like looks down at Estrom that's like on the floor.
Clutching
Kind
his
of like owl.
clutching his face as like there's like a large burn mark across his
He
face.
goes, "Oh, okay." Brittlin thinks, he goes, "Wait, I don't have skin. I don't care." He says while walking in. He looks at his clothes being like, like wet from all the steam and just goes, He just like drags. He's just Brittlin taking the full advantage. He doesn't have skin to be burnt. He just like goes in and just looks around and goes, "Oh, extra pipes, how useful." He says, "Well, taking off the broken pipe and replacing it with the attempting to." Like, I'm not an engineer. I don't know what I'm doing.
Roll
Well,
a
I can't end up an engineer.
Can I-
insight check.
Can I assist him, maybe? With
Uh,
my, like, knowledge of, like, mechanisms?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. At
I'll
least
let
give
you
him
use your
advantage or
thieves
something?
tool. I'll let you use your thieves
Okay.
tool score for that.
Okay. Well, do I roll 2 or do I just give him advantage?
You just give him advantage.
Okay, cool.
Okay, please, yes, because I already rolled the 5.
Yep.
I have a -1 in insight.
Yep.
Not very. He doesn't have good insight.
Well,
He
thankfully
rolled a
you-
13.
Yeah, he manages to aid you in this endeavor and says, no, the pipe's the backward, or something along those lines, and he says, these bolts go here, and after about, like, maybe 25 minutes of fiddling with this pipe and this steam in your face, you manage to get the engine back online.
Okay.
As the pressure valves go...
Go back up.
Yep.
Felt just sighs of relief.
Berlin looks and goes, "Look, coal!" He sees and he goes, "Oh, we have to refuel this thing, don't we?"
Felton just looks at Britlin like,
Like what?
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
hear you.
shaking his head. Yep.
You're just shaking it slowly. Disapproval.
just start.
Captain...
Felton just gives that the biggest groaning scream. He's like,
Bertla just goes, "Okay, good news. The pipe's working. Bad news. We need someone to be shoveling coal into the thing eventually."
nominate Mag. I nominate Mag Guy.
Why me?
You know why? You know what you did.
I keep telling you that it was not just me.
The captain, like, since the ship stopped, he walks over to, like, this chart table that's like a map, but it's like crisscross lines of, like, green. And he taps on it and kind of, like, uses a winch as it kind of, like, adjusts, like, something creaking up at the top of the ship. He says, I wonder where we are. And you just hear...
Britlin kind of looks at it and goes,
"Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo."
"Well, I don't think I'm just gonna say I don't think that's super advanced. It's not the most advanced."
Well, no, but, like, you just hear, like, this little, like, ping sound, kind of like...
Yeah.
It's magic. I'm gonna just use that as a thing.
Brett used magic. Oh no.
Yep.
But Britlin just looks at it and goes, "I think we're right there. That little flashy square."
That would make sense. But what's this? He points to a red dot moving closer.
Oh no. Britlin just kind of looks out to Brunera
He looks at him.
and just kind of was trying to signal there's an enemy coming or something. He's trying to trying to say something.
Like this.
Is he being frantic?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's like, Brunera, out. Look. Ah.
She turns her head to look outward.
Okay. Okay, what is coming? I wonder.
You
I
see
don't
a
think this is
large
weakness.
object with swirling bubbles coming towards you at fast speed.
Oh no. Captain, look.
The captain, like,
Out
looks
the
out the window, the main window, and he
The
says,
cannon!
quickly, on the torpedoes, or whatever those things are.
Okay, Britlin just like frantically loads one of them and goes, "Okay, who wants to load? Who wants to fire it? Do I want to fire it? Who wants to fire this thing?"
Nero swims up on top of the submersible and points her trident at this strange thing coming towards it.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh dear.
What would you like to do, Bernera? We're not
How
technically in
far
combat,
away?
but
How far away is this thing?
it's 120 meters in closing on an intercept course.
Okay, that's farther away than any spell she's got currently.
Britlin's trying to figure out how to aim the torpedo and sees like there's like a little crosshair window.
She's gonna ready her trident.
Alright. Felton, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled a 18.
That memory comes flooding back, but you manage to push it down without getting super, like, freaked out again. What do you wish to do?
To just keep pushing it down, but just like taking a deep breath. But I'm just gonna be on one knee over it and just like I can't breathe.
All right. Appearing off in the distance and coming
I have
into
no idea
view.
what this thing is, or what it would look like specifically.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll
You see this?
message you what I thought it was, but if you want to...
Okay.
Yep, hold on.
I'll give you a lay down what I would think as well.
Okay,
I'd
hold
like to
on.
see. Exciting.
There you go.
Quiet.
Ooh. Oh.
I'll let
I will
you
be back in a
take
moment.
that with a grain of salt. All right.
Wow. Don't everybody talk at once.
Oh.
Fountain stands up a little bit.
Yep, there we go. Yep, it looks like that, but it's what I mentioned. Gearbox.
We're very conflicting ideas almost.
All right. I'll let you run with your idea then.
No, I actually like the idea. Maybe combining them, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like the idea.
Okay. So what do you see? Describe it for the party.
That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking.
I like that. Yep.
You see what seems to be some sort of submerged, another submarine. But,
Captain
like,
looks out
way
and says,
longer.
"Did Rhett build 2 of these?
I don't think
Possibly.
so.
I don't know."
Okay, so what's happening?
This weird summer long.
Felton, can you please mute the back noise?
Yeah,
I
back
don't have any back noise.
static. But yeah, Bernera and whoever else wants to, you could try and roll a perception on this thing.
Okay.
Especially Bernera because you're closer. You can get it. Like this thing is getting really close. Like it's in view at this point.
That's an 8.
It looks. Yeah, it looks like a submarine to you. It's. Well, it looks kind of like Rhett's submarine, but longer and has some extra stuff on it, like a fin on the top. Almost like lining the back.
Captain's
Some
just
sort of-
looking forward, and all he sees is a bunch of bubbles and a metal object heading straight for him. And he's
Yeah.
turning wheels frantically, like trying to dodge or like
Yeah,
turn the
there's-
ship away.
There's bubbles coming out the front end of it almost. Like, you know, where you'd think would be windows. It almost looks like windows from the front, but you don't see any lights or anything from it. It just kind of is floating towards and eventually stops when really close.
I figured
Yep,
out what the problem was.
The captain is turning like these winches and pulling levers, and he says, "Why aren't we moving?"
I don't know.
I think I know why we aren't moving. And she runs to the engine room, starts shoveling.
Oh yeah, like you see that the coal was like burning out, and there wasn't enough heat to keep the water boiling. You don't even
She
know.
starts shoveling, and she says, Tell me when to stop. Shovel.
Just keep doing it, like until the gauges get fully, and it's like, okay, I think you can stop.
Okay.
Anyone else wants to roll perception on this thing, by the way?
I'll roll.
Captain's busy
Yeah.
trying to navigate.
How close is this thing now?
I only rolled.
Like it's
I only
like
rolled a 7.
15 meters.
yeah. It's
What am I rolling?
What is 50 meters?
50 about
feet-
15 yards.
15
also.
yards, yeah.
How many
Yeah,
feet is that?
It's about.
Like maybe 60 feet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
About 60 feet.
I got
It is.
a
drifting.
6. What am I rolling for?
Perception.
Perception.
Does this thing made itself appear to be a threat, right?
It's just kind of floating there. It is drifting closer, but it's very slowly.
I got a 16 plus 6.
Oh, what is that? That's very high. You look at this thing, and because I imagine that's very high, but yeah, you look, and at first, yes, it looks like a submarine, but then you realize the bubbles are coming out of the front of it, and it shouldn't, because it should be airtight, right?
Right.
And you realize on the sides of it are these little metal plates that are moving in and out like gills. Uh-oh. You take a good a gander at this thing and you realize, I don't think that's a sub.
Captain?
The captain's like still
got-
frantically turning the wheels, and he's like, "Do we have enough power to move forward?" And he's like,
Wait, is this a metal fish?
All of
"I don't
So
care
you
what it
hear-
is. It's going to."
you hear creaking from this thing,
I
and
think-
all of a sudden, the sections in its body that makes it look like a straight sub.
We might be in for a fight.
All of the sections of the body pops, revealing it's a snake thing. And all of a sudden, the front part of it, where the bubbles have open up, to be like a 3-sectioned mouth. Oh God! Britland says while looking at it.
The captain
what is
says,
it, Brooklyn?
Look out the window!
Hey, look. What does she
You hear
say?
You see this large snake thing that at first looked like a sub, but it's a large snake thing practically wearing mimic-like armor that looks like a sub
Near-
at first glance.
Rhaenyra is going to cast Shatter from the very tip of her trident.
"We are now in combat."
Oh dear.
Okay, so how do we fight this thing?
We got these torpedo cannon things, he says while gesturing to the cannons that you can move around.
Rhaenyra's turn first because she
Yes.
readied her action, and then it will be the cannons, and anyone else after that. So Rhaenyra, take your action.
I'm doing that now.
Mhm.
No, wrong one. 3, 2, 8, plus 1. 14 thunder damage.
All right. Gearbox, I'll let you deal with how many hit points this thing has.
Oh, I'll just quickly
Yep.
grab a calculator to calculate the damage. Well, not that, but health. Get a calculator. There we go. I'm just going to say it has not that much because it's kind of a sneaky hunter. Either way, you blast this thing. Okay, how much damage?
14.
Thunder damage.
Okay. You blast this thing, and this thing lets out this horrible, like, screech that makes the practical water vibrate.
Rhaenyra, roll a dexterity saving throw to hold on.
Whoa! Britland stumbles a little bit. Oh, jeez.
There's
Oh
loud
wow, dirty
metallic-
20.
You managed to hold on, but there's loud metallic creaking all throughout the sub.
Dirty 20 on my part. Nice.
Yep.
Rolled an 18 plus 2.
The thing looks at you, Bernera, as like it's just floating there. All of a sudden, it closes its mouth, and its front mouth part starts spinning like a drill. And it
Oh
goes.
dear.
It looks like it's a prepping attack. Cannons! Cannons!
Captain
Cannons,
said.
right,
Captain
cannons,
says.
cannons.
Yes, torpedoes, cannons, whatever they're called.
Fire them! Fire them!
And the cap.
Yeah, and Magdai, who's now stoked the fire, has gone over to one of the cannons. How do I fire the thing?
You look around at it and you see there is like a trigger thing almost, like a button thing. And you can also realize when you grab it, you can move it around.
Okay, so she's gonna move it to where she can see the snake-like thing, and she's going to fire. What do I roll for that?
Roll a d8.
Yeah.
A D8? Are you sure?
This is a specialized vessel, so I'm giving it d8 for cannons.
All right. D8.
Boy.
3.
That's a
3.
3.
Weapons.
Captain leans over and
What?
says, "Did you hit it?"
Did something
the
happen or not?
When you push the button, I don't know what 3 means fully, but when you push the button, the thing fires out this little torpedo with a little fan going.
And the thing just swats it away.
The thing just swats away, but as it hits a rock, you see the torpedo explodes the rock into pieces.
Yep.
Oh.
So you realize these ammunitions are explosive.
Captain says, "Did we hit it?" Looks at the window.
Well, not really.
I like that the captain's never seen what this thing looked at yet until now, so he looks out and his mouth drops.
Is there a second?
And he's still
set
frantically
of,
trying to drive the ship forward, but he doesn't realize he left the parking brake on.
Captain,
The anchor.
you're doing something wrong.
He's
Is
flipping
there
through the
like a
manual and he's like, "Where is it? Where is it? I know we're not moving. Come on." He's like flipping gears, pulling levers, and like switches and stuff like that. And he says, "This used to be.
Parking brake.
This would be easier if." Looks at
Captain,
the
parking brake.
Looks at the
Right
like
when-
the
when
little
it's at the brake.
swirling like pressure valve, and he just says, "Oh." Turns it. The ship starts moving slowly out of the way, but slowly because it has to build up pressure on the
Yeah.
blades.
Felton just keeps shaking his head. This is not a battle. This is a suicide.
Well,
Alright,
we
whose
can't-
turn is it?
It is now the thing's turn.
Yeah, the thing's turn.
Yep.
The thing like rears back, and like ready for attack, and then it lunges forward. They're aiming for what seems to be Bernera, but also the ship anyway. So even if Bernera dodges, it will hit the sub.
Roll to hit.
Okay, I'm gonna make it roll a nice number. Okay, D20.
Watch it miss.
It probably will miss knowing my luck. It rolled 11.
It manages to barely scrape the back propeller blade of the ship, missing both Bernera and the majority of the ship. But I'm going to enact roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Yep.
6. 4.
The propeller takes 4 stress damage. It is
What was that noise?
slightly bent. Is your kind of like grinding of metal against metal in the back of the engine room, and you just hear it like steam going.
Oh, not again.
Oh.
Oh, this is not good.
Like, the thing, like, swims off into the distance, but you can see the thing turning. Like, going for another,
It's-
like, pass.
It's good. It's coming for another pass. Quick.
The captain turns the wheel hard over, spinning the ship on a 180 to face it.
Why are we facing it?
Rhaenyra is
Fire
no
the
longer,
cannons now. This is the captain.
Rhaenyra is no longer sitting on the submarine. She's now floating freely in the water.
Oh.
And the captain's looking at it and it's like, whatever Rhaenyra's gonna do,
We need to support her.
quickly fire the cannon. Says,
She takes
Distraction
off
shot.
straight for the. She takes off straight for it to meet it head on.
Rhaenyra, no. Just he's like shouting this, but you
I don't
can't
think she
hear
can hear
anything
you.
between the glass. And captain's just like jumping up and down, like like, no, stop.
The creature needs to roll a d20 Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, you didn't just do what I think you just did.
Oh yes, she is.
I rolled a 4.
Woo.
Oh baby. I've been waiting to do this for a while because as I'm rested, the creature feels an overwhelming presence. I am using a Sea Queen trait. The creature now fears her malice.
The thing stops. And like it just kind of stops what it's doing and backs up a little bit.
Like,
see, like,
maybe
its
this
mouth
wasn't such a
slither.
good idea in the first place.
Yeah.
Her eyes are glowing red with death.
Oh, that's always a good look.
The captain's like looking out through the porthole and he's like, Bernira?
What's going on?
I think
What's
Bernira
going on, Captain?
stopped it in its tracks. I can't see. He's like trying to look
You
through
see
the
it-
portal.
Its mouth kind of it opens its mouth a little bit, but the mouth is like quivering.
The thing in its head hears, "Leave us and never come back, or I will eat you alive."
The thing like nervously backs away, and after staring at it for a moment, it reassembles itself back into a sub shape and just kind of swims away.
She kind of puts the trident under her arm and does the whole, like a good job where she's dusting her hands off thing in the water and
Uh-huh.
swims back to the submarine.
I wonder if this is refreshing for Bernera, because she finally gets to be in the water all the time.
Oh yes, it is. It very much is.
The captain
What a nice
looks at the controls and he says, I think I figured it out. Pressure valve
Yeah.
on. Left
Just
shift,
tell
right shift. Adjust throttle forward. And
Yeah, well,
the
just-
ship starts moving closer to Bernira, but at a very slow pace, and he says, I think I got it. This is like working the controls.
Britland looks around and goes, if you want to go faster, I think you pull this. You see like a little like lever thing that you can move forward to make it have more and more pressure.
Yeah, and he says, well, I don't want to hit Bernira.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying if you want to go faster.
Nira is like swimming circles around you guys into these weird spirals.
She seems like she's.
What
she,
is she-
Bernera looks like she's enjoying herself, Britland says.
Fair enough. He says, where's our heading? Can someone go check the table
Okay,
back
I'm
there?
checking. We are getting deeper in, Britland says.
Up in the off in the distance, Bernira, as you're swimming around, you see a glowing kind of like shimmering light off in the distance, but you can't make it out from what it is.
And also, as we go further in, all of a sudden, shapes are starting to be seen. They're not moving. They're all kind of.
I'll be right back. My dogs are barking.
Oof.
All right.
That was about to
Mhm.
require Bernera anyways, so.
Well, the captain's kind of like
Yeah.
he's brought the ship to a low, slow crawl because he doesn't know what this object is up in front of him. He thinks it's another enemy,
I don't like this place. This place fools me. With...
and he says, "I'm gonna put us at an all stop." He pulls the throttle to 0.
Wait, why are we stopping?
He says, "We need to get our bearings, plus we need to enact some repairs." He's tapping one of the gauges, and you see a very low pressure.
Okay.
So this means,
Britton looks at A, not A, the fucking Magda.
yes.
Well, how are we all doing? Kind of looks at everyone else.
All right,
Well-
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're repairing the damage that we took. As you
But,
hear, like,
Bernier-
grinding from behind you in the engine room, Magdi, still.
But, Renner, as you are like floating there, you notice in the distance, all around you guys really, are these building-like shapes.
What the?
They're kind of
Do you-
scattered around randomly, but
Do,
It seems
do
like-
you see what we're seeing?
they look kind of familiar. The architecture, kind of, but they're all shapes, unless you move closer.
The captain's, like, flipping through the manual, and he says, "It's so dark in here. I thought Rhett said he had something." Ah! He pulls a lever on the, like a pull chain, and you hear, and bright lights shine on one of these, like, large obelisk kind of structures in front of you, and he says, "Found the head beams."
It shines upon this structure, like this tower-like thing, and you see there's carvings and architecture. And Bernera, it's kind of familiar. Like Very familiar.
If
like
you'd
he
like to
swims
roll a
closer.
history check, you can.
You can roll.
She's gonna
history-
swim. She's gonna swim closer too. That is a 5 total.
As you try to remember, that dark presence in the back of your head just kind of seems to dominate your memory. You don't see anything. Like, you're trying to desperately remember what these are specifically, but something is blocking it out.
He is going to roll an Arcana to push or suppress this weird force or whatever it is. Ooh, ooh, dirty 20.
You
Oh,
manage.
nice.
You
See,
hear,
look at
like-
that. See, look at that.
Look at that.
The dice gods are good to you today.
All of a sudden,
Yep.
you see another flash in your mind. It's a large structure for a second, but that dark presence kind of subsides and leaves. At least mostly leaves.
In this
At least
memory,
your
there's
mind feels
a
more clear.
large obelisk-like spire with a eye of something on top, and
Not eye on something on top.
Well,
There's an eye inside of a structure.
inside the
but
structure, yeah. And this eye is looking all around and stuff like that, like
It's
watching
not that long
over.
of a flash. It's literally a flash.
Yeah, but it's like looking around all over this. And for a brief moment, you're actually looking through the perspective of this, whatever this eye is. And you can see a vast civilization all around you.
But then the flash is gone just like that.
Yep. When it blinks.
Yeah.
Flashing lights.
She's gonna blink away the vision and continue moving closer toward the building.
The submarine slowly creeps up behind you, shining the light on whatever you're looking at. And
Yeah.
the captain's like looking at various like controls, and he says, "What's this horn thing?" Pulls it down. Bernira, can you hear us? And kind of bubbling through the water, you can hear us speaking.
He turns around and kind of gives you a casual thumbs up with a weird looking thumb.
Be careful, Captain. I don't think we want to attract anything down here.
He turns off. He dims the headlights on the ship with the little winch.
As you look around this like structure, it's all kind of like it's like a nostalgia that you can't pinpoint. There's a mixture of like nostalgicness, but slight dread almost. As you look
Is
around,
this what I think it is?
what?
Is this my kingdom?
Us doing that? No. We
Your
won.
your failure at sarcasm tells me it is.
That was purposeful, anyways. Impossible. Like you get closer to the. Oh no, I've been found out. But like you look around this structure, and you even like some platforms, and you see it connects to other structures too. As you look behind it, and you realize there's more. You see, like further in you go, denser these buildings get. But a lot of them look decrepit, or at least not used anymore. A lot of them have cracks in them, weathering, algae.
Captain
She's
looks
gonna-
over
she's
the
gonna-
comms and says, "What is it, Bernira?"
She's gonna point her trident further in the direction the further into the city. She's gonna swim off slowly.
The captain slowly pushes forward on the throttle. And then you hear a horrible
Wait.
grinding and a loud clang behind you.
Oh. Bertlin goes, I got it. He says, walking back.
The propeller on the back of the thrusters has broken off.
Bertlin goes, okay, I think one of us is going to have to go outside.
Well,
Where's-
Bernira's already outside.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Brynera. He goes through the megaphone thing. It's our propeller broke off. Can you put that back on?
She's too far away to hear you.
This. Okay. Airlock. Bertlin finds the airlock and goes, I don't need to breathe. I'll be right back, he says while grabbing goggles and diving in. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oof. But, yeah, Bertlin just dives into the water and quickly goes, where is that damn thing? He looks and sees the propeller falling into the water. Well, deeper.
Yep. It's pitch black out here.
Come on. He kind of reaches around his pocket and pulls out this like little glowy crystal and goes, okay.
As you're swimming down, holding this crystal like over your head, you're swimming into this blackness. You see the propeller up ahead. Roll me a perception check.
All right.
Who?
Oh, hello.
Whoever, Bertlin.
Bonus,
Yep.
so-
Yeah, but
Unless someone else tried to accompany him, but yeah.
Wait, where's Britland going?
He's going to retrieve the
the.
propeller in the deep black ocean.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, the propeller broke off.
Yes, the propeller broke off. We tried to
Sorry,
contact you.
I got called away. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
It's fine.
You're good. You're good.
You're off exploring the thing. Okay,
Br-
12.
Bertlin gets a 12. He squints and goes, wait.
You
sees
saw
something-
bubbles and something moving off in the distance.
He looks closely at the. He's getting close to the propeller and looks something. There's a. I'm just gonna say this. There's a cracked stone hook attached to the propeller.
Yep.
What the? Berlin grabs it and looks.
There's
Oh, dear.
bubbles behind you.
He looks around.
Nothing.
He starts swimming back up. Hate this. He like gets back to like the he gets back to like where the propeller should be and tries to like punch it in.
You're assembling it. I'm gonna have you take 2 turns to try and assemble that. But first, we cut back to Bernira.
Yeah, back to Bernier.
Bernira,
Yep.
you are moving closer into whatever this ruins is, and you're. Looks like you're reaching the center of it as these like large structures and stuff like that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'll let Bertlin take over.
As you look around this place, there's just so much in your head like, why is this place empty? And why do you keep having this weird creeping sense of dread and but equal nostalgia building up further and further you go in? And then you see a movement to the corner of your eye.
A black
me a
shadow
perception.
moving by.
Yeah. Roll me a perception.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 7.
You don't really see it in time as you see like a little glint of something glowing. And all of a sudden you hear a sound of something swooshing in the water. It's all of a sudden and you wanna roll me a dodge or something?
What is that? An athletic?
I think that's more of a dex than anything.
Well, if I'm dodging and I'm in the water, wouldn't that be acrobatics since it's underwater acrobatics?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, roll it.
Yep.
It's a 15.
You manage to barely get out of the way as you see a stone hook go past you. And it gets pulled back to a large, well, not large, it's more of a normal human sized, he's cracked stone statue with like emanating this like bluish green energy from the cracks. It pulls the hook back and just kind of looks like it's about to go and throw a hook at you again. What are you gonna do?
How far away is it?
That's so it's not that far away. It's
45
about-
feet.
Yeah, it's about that far. Yeah, 45 feet.
He is going to cast Ray of Frost. So I need to do one D8 +1. So 4 ice damage.
As soon as you like attack it, you pretty much immediately like break off an arm. It seems really brittle. As just hitting with an ice ray, it just breaks its arm and it starts kind of stumbling. It's not really moving that much actually. Then, while you're fighting it, all of a sudden something from behind the statue bonks this thing on the head, destroying instantly. Kenny, you can try and handle this if you want.
All right. At first, you don't know what it is, but then you see kind of like these like long kind of like tendrils coming from its head, and a long, sinuous kind of body with a fin-like tail. And swimming up to you into your vision is someone who looks like you, but only male.
Small guy.
And he holds out his smaller trident and says, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
I am Brunira, Queen of the Ocean.
There hasn't been a queen for centuries. Are you one of those imposter fish?
She holds up her trident high, like really high above her head, as the water starts spiraling around her.
Well, but I think that's a yeah. I think that's a she's real deal.
Yep. He immediately
Her eyes are now glowing red. She is angry.
This whatever this creature is kind of slowly bows, lowers its trident, and holds it out to you. My mistress, we've been waiting for you for so many centuries. Welcome home. As he holds out this piece of a trident.
He takes it.
He's still in like the bowed position. Yep.
And she...
What did she do?
She slaps the tridents together.
There's a loud metallic clang underwater, and you see kind of like a little light go arcing through the pole of this thing as it fuses together and becomes stronger. The man, still bowing at you, says, "My mistress, what is your bidding?"
Summon the clans. I am reuniting my kingdom.
My mistress, there is only 2 clans remaining. There's been a dark force.
Anyway.
At once, yes, mistress. And he says, "Follow me," and swims deeper into the catacombs of this structure.
Into the structure, the deep structure. As you're going through, you also see multiple of those statues that are like destroyed, but all the you see multiple statues with hooks that are destroyed, and it's obvious they have tried to get in here multiple times.
Yep. And we cut back to the ship, where Britlin, you're trying to put that propeller back on.
Oh, you blasted thing!
There's another bubbling sound behind you.
Britlin quickly gets this thing fixed as best he can and looks down.
A tentacle lashes out at you.
Whoa. And it gets tossed a little bit.
The captain, looking out the window, says, "Did you see that?
Hey, what? Where's
It's a large black object moving across the... It was there a minute ago."
Yeah, but where's Bernera?
"I don't know. She swam off in that direction." And he starts pushing forward on the throttle, and you hear creaking noises.
Britlin's like, wait for me, wait for me. Like looking around.
And then you hear a loud clang, and the motor kicks in, and the ship lurches forward. And there's a loud, grinding sound as it moves forward, and it suddenly stops, as being held back by something.
Britlin looks down at what's holding it back.
What is stopping us? He's or like the captain's pushing the throttle to full. He says, "Come on, something is holding us back. Did you put the propeller on backward?" He looks at.
Berlin is still
Captain.
in the water, and he just kind of shrugs. And he like points down to like he sees something probably.
A
Oh
pair
my
of
lord.
blue greenish eyes open, and then the captain says, "Not again."
What? What?
And he says, "We need to free ourselves from the." Looks out the window. It's a kraken.
Not another one.
But
But
it looks like.
smaller
Uh,
inherently.
Magdi, roll me a perception check.
Oh, God.
Also, Bernier, I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay.
Yes! That is a dirty 20!
Out of the corner of your eyes, you're looking through the port of this thing holding on to you. Out of the blue, this massive, pissed off shark comes out of nowhere.
It's the Megalodon, isn't it?
It is the big megalodon,
Mhm.
and he is not happy that this kraken is here.
Well, and because Magdi went, "Where's Bernera?" and "Oh crap, we've got to get out of here," I sensed that the Megalodon also sensed Magdi's fear.
Yep,
Yep, okay, thank you.
he bites the kraken's tentacle.
It's for Slicko, honestly.
I love it.
Yep, the tentacle lets go.
Britland double checks if the propeller is good. He kind of nods as it's good, kind of gives a thumbs up to everyone inside, and climbs his way back into it. Back to
Roll
the-
a dexterity or an agility, not agility saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
Everyone? Or
No, just Britlin.
Just Britland.
Roll.
He did it.
Roll.
Tell me what you get.
7. You rolled a 7, unfortunately.
You
Bad day for
grab the hatch, and something grabs your leg and wraps around it and is pulling you down.
He looks down what it is.
It's a tentacle from the kraken,
Ah.
and it's
He
pulling you
grabs his-
down.
He grabs his cane and slams like the end of it against the, submarine, so like the sword will pop out. And he's like, "Okay, hey, I just had enough for you." He says, while cutting at it.
Roll to hit.
Oh Lord, this is so much fun.
Okay, roll. You got a 13.
You miss.
Ugh.
As it pulls you further down towards the dark.
He kind of looks up, and I imagine because I imagine the airlock is under the submarine, so no.
Yeah,
one
the
even
airlock
knows
is
that-
under, but the airlock is open to the outside, but closed to the inside.
Yeah,
The
like,
captain's
everyone
looking
could
at the
probably-
controls inside, and he says, "Where's Britlin? He is supposed to be in here by now."
I think Britland's being attacked by that kraken out there.
We need to help him. Can we get the
How?
cannons on the kraken's mouth? I have an idea.
Sure, I think I can handle that. And she walks over to one of the other cannons and tries to aim it for the mouth.
You're
What
just
do I
out
roll?
of range, but you are rolling a d8 to fire. Let me know what you get.
Here, I actually look at that. I threw a 1.
All right, so you fire the torpedo. It just goes right past the thing, and it just keeps going off into the distance.
You see a little flash in the distance.
I'm sorry, Captain. It's out of range.
I can try and maneuver us closer, but we're caught by this kraken, and he just looks at some of the controls and starts pulling levers and winches and stuff like that, and the ship just groans in agony as it tries to reposition itself under the pull of this kraken trying to pull it down.
Didn't the Kraken let go because the shark bit it?
It let go of one tentacle. It has 4 tentacles grabbing and pulling the ship down.
Mm.
One of the tentacles grabbed onto Britlin, yep.
Are the cannons the only weapons
Yes.
on the exterior? Okay. Or the torpedoes, I suppose.
Yep.
There could be multiple types of torpedoes, but no one's have actually made the effort to check what type of torpedoes there is in
And the
here.
captain has the manual.
Yeah.
So Astrum, if you'd like to take action, you can.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look at the. Well, I'm gonna just visually inspect the torpedoes. Like, do any of them look different?
That's up to Britlin.
Basically, as you look at them, they're kind of. You do see there's different labels on them. You're seeing they're in different trays, and the one everyone's been grabbing is the far right one, aka the closest one to the torpedo guns. But there's multiple of them with different colors. The one that's been being used is red. There's also a yellow, blue, and a orangish one.
I'll grab a yellow one and I'll bring it over to the torpedo launcher.
You see this one has little nozzles surrounding the sides of it.
Okay, maybe this is. If we can't hit it directly, maybe a torpedo like this will do an area effect. I'll load it into the tube.
And the captain just says, whatever it does, just fire it quickly. As you hear
Load it
more
in,
metal
and,
creaking, and you see water starting to spray through the cracks.
Good luck. You have to aim, or you could generally aim with this one, assumingly.
Okay. Is that just like a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much. Fire.
I rolled terribly. I rolled a 6.
You as you're about to aim, you sneeze and you jostle the gun up a little bit. You fire. You see the bullet whiz and whiz away, but all of a sudden you see it start spewing this very similar colored stuff that large cannonball that Rhett shot when he first met you guys and saved you from the Kraken originally. That's this acid stuff that sprays everywhere, but it's not very. It does touch some of the tentacles, forcing the Kraken to let go a little bit, but it's not enough to actually get it to fully let go, as you didn't shoot anywhere really near it.
Okay, well I'll go get another one of those because I think those will help us.
Yellow.
All right. The captain's looking at some of the pressure gauges and he says, "This isn't good. Structural
What's that
integrity is down by 45%. If we take another hit, we're gonna get a breach."
Right. Astrum, keep trying to fire at it. I'm going to go try to see if I can fix the ship. What do I
Very well.
roll? What do I roll?
You roll a insight check
Insight?
or dexterity if
Okay.
you're actively repairing, because you have to know what you're doing. So I'm counting that as a knowledge roll. And then if you know what you're doing and you're working with the tools, you have to use dexterity or strength if you're lifting a heavy object.
Okay, so let me roll my insight first.
Got it.
Okay, that's 13.
All right. You know, a rudimentary understanding of how this stuff works.
All right. Now she's going to roll her dex check.
All right.
That's also a 13.
You manage to grab some of this weird looking paste. It almost looks like chewed seaweed, and you're just slapping it onto the hull where the little water's spewing out.
Uh-huh.
And it manages to adhere pretty well.
Okay.
So it's not going to be basically you're putting a band-aid on an open wound. And it's going to only last for a little bit, but it's a quick fix for now until you can get back to the dock and fully repair.
Right.
So the ship is going to gain back 20% hull damage. Stress damage from the hull. So you're back up to 85. Anything else you want to do?
That's all that she can do right now.
Okay. Alright, now we cut back to Bernera.
All right.
You're swimming through these murky waters in deep underground in this catacombs, and up ahead you see a glistening golden chair, kind of tilted off to the side and just kind of like listing. His bubbles are just kind of around it, with a lot of coral and stuff like that around it.
It's just a small little throne, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It works, but
Yep. And
He
man-
swims towards it.
the male fish person swims next to you and says, I can assemble the council, but it will take some time. Not very many have survived down here, my mistress.
Gather the ones you can. It's time we rebuilt my kingdom.
Cordelia, you're also having the distinct nagging in the back of your mind that you might be forgetting something.
my team.
Also, I had some companions with me in a container of sorts. Do make sure they're alright, will you?
Yes, mistress. He swims off. And you're left there with the throne
He
and the
swims
coral
over to it,
surroundings.
and
What-
she approaches it and kind of plants her butt in it.
There's
Good.
there's not a loud sound, but there's kind of like a melodic kind of like humming as you take your seat in this throne. And you feel almost at peace, and the coral starts bubbling around you. You feel a surge of power rushing through you. Gain one
As you
experience, not one experience point, one inspiration point.
As you sit down,
Nice.
you also notice that it was kind of hard to notice at first because it was almost always there. This like weird droning darkness that was all around, like it just kind of made everything more shadowy. You see some of it draw back as you sit down, like almost like it's retreating slightly.
She plants her trident firmly on the ground next to her. I, Queen Brunira, have returned. I call forth my subjects.
There's loud like bubbles that like these like large bubbles appear, and you just see like them burst, and these like subjects appear. There are 6 of them, including the one from the that you just met, who you don't know whose name is. Mistress, I have assembled the team, and I have found your friends. They are in danger.
What is wrong with them?
The great sea kraken that used to once protect our city has decided to attack them. We don't know why. It may seem them as a threat from the outside. A threat that must be vanquished. We have tried to communicate with the kraken for years, but it has not listened to us.
Well, it will listen to me. She lets her power surge through the city.
Pulses of like bubbles and like this blue kind of energy pulses through the throne as you kind of like grab these 2 balls on the edge of the throne. They're like she shells, pearls, and the energy just pulses through these runes.
As you do that, you see a good amount of the small darkness around you retreat, but as of outside, some of the more heavier darkness does not. The small amount of darkness retreats back to the heavy darkness that's around. And everyone sees this kind of.
This is my kingdom. I will not be denied my right.
Are you
Also,
pushing
as
this
you're doing-
power?
She is pushing the power with everything she's got.
Spend your inspiration point, please.
I am spending my inspiration point.
The pulsing of energy becomes more intense and more the frequency of the pulse has become more, and
As you,
you're giving all your energy and focusing all your mind into this, channeling all your magic into this repowering of the city or whatever it's your realm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
As you
see
did.
your eyes just kind of like tunnel vision, and you can see through the Kraken's eyes. But there's something stopping you from actually like controlling this Kraken. Something is there that's blocking it, like another presence.
Something seems like it has its claws not just deep into its mind, but almost sewn in. Like if you try to remove it,
It may,
it's hard to
it
tell
may
what would
damage
happen.
you.
Yeah. Like removing this is like removing something deep inside of a person. It seems like it's had its time to weave itself in whatever this presence is.
Whoever you are, this is my Kraken. You will relinquish it now.
You hear like a hum in your head as you say that, like something. And Aya can kind of hear the not Aya, fucking
Aya?
Magdai. Magdai can also kind of hear this humming, like this weird, this dark hum. Like this.
Where's the hum coming from?
The
everywhere
tentacles
in your head.
and the tentacles surrounding the ship.
Yeah.
Everyone can hear this.
Well, it's more
Well,
of
the humming noise, but whatever, it's just kind of like this low groaning kind of sound to everyone else.
Magdai will close her eyes and focus her mind on the humming to push it away.
As you do so, because that dark one's still in your head a little bit, you see flashes once again.
Mm-hmm.
You see flashes of the larger building you could kind of see in the distance anyways. It's a really large, like castle almost underwater. But you kind of get flashes of it moving closer to it.
Right?
And
As you're moving closer, you
darkness
see these like
surrounding
pulsing energies
Yeah.
moving
and
out from the center.
darkness around it is thick. Like, it's just around it is this horrible feeling when you like see it in your head. And then the vision stops after you see something bubbling inside of a pit.
Well, it's as she's saying this darkness, she's saying this in her mind. Leave. The priestess of the sky commands you.
You hear something almost chuckle to itself in your head.
Find this funny.
You hear something almost, it's very faintly in your head, but you hear something saying, "Your god's power will not save you here."
I'm not
All
just
right.
defend-
Magdai, you
Yes?
have been holding on to this mental link for a while now.
Yep.
And
Let me
I
see if
just
we roll.
spent 10 points of danger. You pitch forward and collapse.
Yeah.
Does that mean that she's out?
You're not out, but I'm basically, your character is in mental, like a mental kind of like pain right now, and they cannot. Your character's
cannot
not.
hold the link.
You're prone, basically.
Yeah, but
You can still think and stuff like that, but you can't move, and you're paralyzed by this mental stress.
I completely understand that.
Alright.
She responds to, of course, this particular conversation is all happening in her mind. Nobody hears this.
No, but the captain does see you pitch forward
Yeah.
and rushes towards you.
Uh,
Magdai. He's like patting your cheek.
I like the idea of his voice kind of fades away from you, like,
Yeah.
hearing. Because all you can really hear is the rumbling of water, practically.
and she says in her mind, it's just not my god that's helping me here. It's the Queen of the Sea, who is my friend. Leave.
You think she can stop what has already happened?
I think
The
between
Queen
the
of the Sea means nothing.
I think between the two of us, we can dispatch you. Leave.
Bold words. no matter.
Britlin, you are still being pulled towards the Kraken's mouth.
As Britlin is dragging down, he kind of also starts feeling this dark presence and hum louder and louder.
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
The dark presence.
Yeah, the dark presence sounds like a cat.
Apparently.
There was a kid screaming in the background.
Yeah, it's Wilfred. He's been fed, so I don't know what he's complaining about.
He wants Daddy's attention.
Probably. Yes, he does.
But as like Britlin gets dragged down, everything around him starts getting darker and darker. Like the tentacle starts disappearing for him. And Britlin just kind of goes, "Oh no, not this! Come on, fuck off!" Like he's trying to shake his leg out, and pretty much everyone just can't see him anymore. He's kind of getting dragged deeper and deeper.
Yep.
As he's just like gone at this point, at least visually.
We cut back to Bernira, as this pulsing energy is still surging throughout the city, or whatever you want to call it. And
You know, I've just been sitting here just quietly, just saying, hasn't really done much of nothing.
Bernira, as you're pulsing through, you see the ship through your vision, through the Kraken's vision, and you see Britlin, you see the captain, you see Astrum, and you see Magdi. And they're all in trouble, as well as Felton, who's just sitting there.
And you hear like a slight voice in your head saying, "You think your powers can save you, your friends? You decided your fate."
This is my kingdom, not yours. Now she's going to get angry. Real
Your
angry.
The pulsing blue energy turns
You
suddenly
put down
red.
the throne.
Red. Pulsing energy surges through the veins in the city.
But you hear this voice getting more aggressive. You step down. You're the one that failed. Now, it shall rise anew. Nothing shall stand. Not even gods. And if you think you can stand in the way, you shall dissolve like everything else into nothingness.
Felton, you're on the ship, and there's a loud creak next to you. One of the plates of metal plating flies off, and water sprays into the cabin next to you.
Oh, that's not good. We're about to sink, everyone.
Captain's...
And I know, and I already know that we're sinking, but we're going to, what's the word? Oh, we're going to drown. Yes.
Captain...
Well, Magdi can't help right now because she is,
Yep.
paralyzed.
You probably should get her out
Yeah.
of like, getting her face off the floor.
Yeah, the captain's like picking her up and moving her away, and he says, "I'm a little busy, Felton, if you can handle it."
Trish, can you DM me the name of that one goddess that from before?
Also,
Oh,
Mag, did you hear my evil dialogue at all?
Yes, I heard
Yes.
it. I heard it. I heard it.
Fel-
Yes,
Fel-
I was listening.
Felton's just looking around like, we're screwed.
I like that. Rear screwed.
The captain says, "Grab something and patch the hole," as he's like dragging like Magdi and stuff like that off.
Grab! Bloody what? What is it to grab?
Anything, just patch the hull. And you hear another creak.
Ooh, give me Magdi. Is she still passed out?
She's gonna use her to patch the hole.
No, don't you dare! Well, I can't do anything, but that's fine.
Felton grabs Magdi and just puts like tape and just patches her to the hole. Like, I fixed it.
The captain
Don't
says,
you dare!
"Well, it works for now.
I don't think she'll be very happy when she wakes up.
And we cut back to Britlin and the Kraken pulling you.
To be fair, Magdite is not asleep. She's just paralyzed.
She's paralyzed and she's just like giving you like this like stern look like I'm going to slit your throat later.
I'm going to beat you in your sleep with a
Um,
tire iron.
Fountain just has this big grin on his face, like,
Yeah. But meanwhile, as Britlin's being dragged down, he starts hearing voices as well. It's like, yeah, look at that. 3 people are hearing voices.
Thank
at
you.
once. Isn't that fun?
You're welcome.
But he pretty much just, like, he just hears snickering almost. Now, I'm not gonna force
And
what he
since
hears.
And since you've asked about that, I'm gonna have to pull that up if you're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, she's definitely going to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, what's happening with Britling? I'm not gonna fully. I'm gonna.
Why do I need to roll a d20?
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you in a moment.
Oh
Okay.
dear. Just tell me when you want that particular person to come in, and I will play that.
Alright, cool.
What'd you roll?
Oh, do I need to roll it now?
Well, if you're playing on, you're still mentally linked to the chair, which is trying to talk to said Kraken. So I will let you reroll if you want to push further, but keep in mind.
No, she's not going to push further. She's gonna call for some help.
Okay, you're calling for help. Got it. All right,
Yep.
go ahead. And meanwhile, outside this little ring of sea people, the man who is in charge of your protection says, "Mistress, you're channeling too much energy. You're going to hurt yourself." And you're just completely
No.
oblivious.
I'm not going to hurt myself. My goddess, I call thee!
There's a loud, like, crack of thunder as, like, there's a large pulse of red energy flowing out from the...
I am going to DM you something.
Okay.
Alright.
Not you, Meg, our wonderful DM.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
There's a loud pulse of energy and a beam of, like, light just shoots up from the throne. Go ahead.
Hang on.
Still doing it. Okay, let me check this.
Just to let you know.
Okay. There's a, I'll let you describe what they look like because I have no clue.
Yeah.
So, and also, this beam of light just shoots up into, like, the murky waters of the deep, lighting up the entire city. Underwater city. The blackness recedes back slightly because of this light. And appearing out of this murky cloud that's appeared above is, go ahead.
Is a goddess even bigger than Brunera. Fully looks like complete of the water. Also has a trident. Blue and let's see here. Her hands are talons. Her elbows have fins. Her eyes look like pearls. And she comes out of this, essentially out of the sea. Goes, "You have called."
Yes,
is
I
your
have,
wish?
my goddess. I
What is
wish
your
for your
wish?
aid in pushing away these shadows to reclaim my kingdom.
Now this place. Ooh. I'm gonna say this right now. Just as being a god or goddess or whatever, you immediately realize what this place is, and you immediately realize no gods come here. This place carries a void, practically, of some sort of energy. And pretty much no god has dared touch this place, let alone be there.
Well, I mean, this is an intermediate DAT, and she really doesn't care.
Well, yes, I'm just saying that she does have knowledge that this
Oh yeah,
place
she
is
has knowledge of
forbidden.
where she is. Yeah, she has knowledge where she is.
Forbidden.
And she goes, I have not been here in such a long time. And it is now time to experiment with my ability. Which now I've got to actually find.
Now, can she see the power that Brunira is expending for this?
Oh yeah, she can.
You can see that Bernier is like draining her last will into this summon.
She sees Bernera and she sees her draining her will. She puts a clawed hand on Bernera's shoulder. And it goes, you do not need to drain your last will into fighting this entity. Your friends are in trouble. Go and help them.
If I could reclaim the Kraken, I could. It's the thing hurting them.
Roll that d20 for me.
Oh dear.
Well, this is a
Okay.
goddess.
What
This
am I?
is a-
Am I just rolling a raw d20, or do I get any bonus to it?
The god will give you a bonus, and I'll let Magdai decide what that is.
Oh, thank you.
'Cause I rolled a 15.
Very good. Oh, come on. You need to go into the boo box, you stupid thing. Okay. You get a plus 10.
Nice. That's a 25. No,
It's-
that's a 30.
Oh my God, Becky.
No, that's 25.
25?
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
crack-
God, Becky! Look at them. They are so. Never mind.
I'm gonna say this much. The Kraken resists.
Oh dear. Wait. The Kraken resists a 30?
No. He rolled a 25, the Kraken got a 30.
No. I rolled a 15. She gave me a plus 10. That's 25.
25, yeah. The Kraken got a 30 on its roll.
Release the Kraken.
Oh,
So,
oh, you can't do that.
it's not gonna be easy. I told you that much.
I'm going to roll for assistance from my Megalodon.
Alright.
I like how this is like actually like a really intense struggle.
Yep.
That is a 12 from my Megalodon. Does that supersede a 30?
I will stack the spell casting damage and say, as you're reaching out with your mind, combined with your Megalodon, the assistance of
And
this
your goddess.
and your goddess, your vision just tunnels, and you kind of see yourself flowing through these like little like veins in the city's magic power, where this energy is flowing out originally, and you just see the Megalodon's eyes look at the Kraken. You're now in the Kraken's mind. Its eyes slowly fade from red and turn to blue. You're in control.
Release the tentacles.
The ship is released.
And
Britlin,
let go of Britlin.
Britlin, you're now floating free in the water as the tentacle just suddenly lets go of you. As you're looking down towards its
as you look
mouth.
Also, you can see Britlin, like he's kind of moving slightly, but you see the fire in his going through his bucket wildly. It never goes like this. And he's like practically like shaking pretty much. It doesn't really look like the Kraken did something. He looks kind of fucked himself. He doesn't try
Also-
to swim, he just kind of floats up.
Also, Brunero, you also get the feeling that Magdai tried to help, but is paralyzed. And somehow stuck to the side of the ship because of one Felton.
Oh, you.
Britland, are you
That's
back in the
about
sub yet?
Britlin seems, I wouldn't say paralyzed, but kind of locked up at the moment. Like, he is moving slightly.
The
but he
Kraken
seems-
reaches out and gently grabs both the submersible and Britland and pulls it further into the city.
Like, Britlin eventually.
There's
struggle,
the
grabs
captain's like
side-
looking at the controls and the wheels turning itself like magically, and he says, "Magdi? No, wait, no, Astrum. What's, who's driving?"
Britlin eventually climbs through, and he just kind of coughs out flame and goes.
I believe we're being steered by an exterior force.
Oh.
Sir.
Britland,
I'm
are
back.
you okay?
I
Where did the Kraken go? Did you defeat it?
No, it released me, and then
That-
pushed us forward.
And he says,
Its eyes turned from red to blue.
"Well, that's good. Where are we headed?" He looks at the main viewer.
Return to the city, I think. I think we may be closer to that suit. If we can get that suit, this could be over.
Agreed. He says as he kind of tries to grab the wheel and like help the steering, but the wheel seems to be have a
doesn't
mind
work.
of its own. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So he just kind of
He
steps
kinda-
back and just kind of
Britlin
like
kinda
casually looks at the
over
controls.
See-
And
see-
sees
see,
Magdi.
Yeah, the
What?
goddess
What on earth?
looks down at you, Bernero, and goes, "Your friend, priestess of the sky, has also been battling this darkness."
I would assume so, my mistress, my queen of the gods.
I understand. We do
She's not.
Go ahead.
She's not too fond of evil things.
You see this avatar slowly close her eyes and then open them again. And then again speaks as she speaks to the blackness is still there, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
She speaks and her voice reverberates throughout the whole thing. You in the sub also hear this voice.
Wow.
You hear, "I do not know why you have taken over this kingdom. But I am now the protectorate of this kingdom. Leave."
There's a large pulse of energy that comes from the large, like, castle area.
Mm.
Like a dark force just.
All the veins and the like the red veins and the blue veins that were flowing from the center of the castle. As this pulse goes out, it just kind of wipes out that color, and it's just nothing now.
Like, horrible, almost whispering can be heard all around, at least from the castle area.
Those people in the castle, including the person who helped Rhaenyra, are like looking around startled, and they all
And
scatter.
No one's in the castle directly.
They
but
scatter.
The castle, in the distance, you could see the castle crack, like a huge crack go through it.
Rhaenyra, you're
And it
still sitting in the
slightly,
throne.
like, stinks a little bit.
Yep.
Does this particular goddess hear anything from this black shadow?
It's like a snarl. You think you can banish me?
I am not banishing. I am protecting. Leave.
I
Ghost.
can't be forced out. You can't force out the void. I am the call of nothingness.
All of nothingness. Leave. You hear dark shadow. You hear the menacing of this particular voice.
Both of you roll 2d20s.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throws for each.
Well, considering that this particular character doesn't exactly have a character sheet, I am making it up.
Yep.
Okay, I'm making up too. Just roll the darkness thing. Roll. It got a 24. Beat a 24.
Roll twice because you're both rolling with advantage. So combine the two scores as your total.
Okay. So
Okay.
roll twice.
Okay.
Roll twice and combine the two numbers. You're basically doing a
I'm going
power
to assist
power
my
score.
goddess.
No.
I'm gonna say no to that because the
Aw,
goddess is
damn.
channeling their own
Mm-hmm.
energy.
It's like
Thank you.
it's a versus match right now.
Yes, it's a versus match. I love it. I love
Okay,
it
it
so
got
much.
a 32 in combination of 8 that it rolled secondly.
Okay, hang on a second. Because I know what I rolled the first time. I've got to have a calculator.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
32.
32
Wait,
and 32.
Yeah, we're tied.
All right. None of the two creatures budge. It's just a square off of energy.
Two of these really strong creatures just square.
Actually, I know you said no, but he doesn't have anybody else helping him out.
Do you have an inspiration
Sure
point?
about that.
Who?
Magdi, do you have an inspiration point?
No.
Does anyone have an inspiration point they're willing to donate?
I do not think so.
I think so.
Then I'm
No
gonna
one has an inspiration point because the one person that had one used theirs.
then I'm gonna have to say no to that.
Oh, come on.
You hear this thing that speaks. Just quickly say in something vague. Like, I'm just the voice of the emptiness. I'm just the call.
Wait a minute.
You think you can dispatch of me, even if you're dead. Nothingness shall prevail. Nothing
No.
can stop them.
Something will always happen. Something always does. Leave.
You can't banish what has been already placed.
I say again. Leave.
I'll let you both roll again.
Oh, geez.
Battle of the superpowers.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I'm just gonna make this easier by rolling just 2d20s because that's obviously what we're doing here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically,
As you both are like these energies are like pulsing and there's like waves of energy flowing through the.
Hell?
I got a 39.
No, wait a minute. Come on now. Why do you have a +4 added to that?
It's just because I had basic numbers to a lot of my stronger creatures. I could take the +4 away if you want.
Wow.
How big is the number without the +4, anyways? I want to know.
Well,
Take the number
out,
minus 4.
Yeah, take the number minus 4.
35.
That's
Yeah,
a 35, dear heart.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm stupid. I sink now. I didn't even realize I was doing it fully, but I also was doing it. Was that just mixture of I don't know what to do with this creature fully?
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do with mine either. She does not
Yeah.
have stats, which, you're kind of sitting there going, ah!
It's
Me
okay.
too. I was
Stats.
also not sure what stats, and I was just like, whatever this stat is, I imagine this thing has some sort of proficiency. Or actually, I know why I did it because it was being helped by something. I was trying to hint that. I got a +4 because it was being...
Question.
Yes.
I just want to point this out.
Yep.
What Magdi is paralyzed physically,
Yes.
but not
Mentally.
mentally.
Correct. Yes.
I hate to say this because it might sound mean, but couldn't Magdi have her sky god intervene?
Well, this is deep under the
Interesting.
ocean.
Hold on.
The sky god would
Yeah,
probably
but the
have to-
gods are on a different plane of communication with each other.
Yeah.
And technically, Magdi is in danger of dying.
That is true.
So if her sky gods, like, No. Blam! He would be physically allowed to intervene because she's on the verge of death.
Well, he may come up then. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I rolled a 35 roughly.
Yeah, I
Alright,
know.
so
I'm
what did you
trying
guys
to...
roll?
Hang on. Just
Astrium, your cat's getting ornery.
I didn't hear anything from the cat. I just see the cat.
yeah, I know.
That cat's getting ornery.
Excuse me.
I'm keeping it muted because he's being noisy
Being
and
on,
not
yeah, he's being.
knocking things off my desk too.
He's like, pay attention to me.
I do have to
I'm
go soon,
important.
so yeah, just letting you guys know.
Oh, it's after 4. It's after 4 already. Shit.
Yep.
Damn.
It's
Yep.
like
I
103.
kind of noticed.
Yeah, well, I had a 28. That's not gonna beat a 35. Come on.
Oof.
Damn it.
So the darkness remains.
Yeah, you've got to throw me a freaking bone here.
There's no bones with this area.
There's
No,
no circle.
I'm appealing.
Yeah,
You're trying to appeal here.
yeah, I get it.
I'm
I'll say the
appealing
dark.
here.
All right, Hey,
Yeah, I
Bretland,
will
the
throw a
darkness
bone,
can
though.
flee.
Yeah. I'm about to say what happens. It doesn't
Yep.
banish or get it to run away fully, but this thing specifically, whatever this thing is you do see the darkness heavily retract all the way to the, or at least very close to the castle. It doesn't fully just go into the castle, but it goes around the perimeter. So a good portion of the city has been reclaimed by everybody, but the darkness has like fled back. Or at
It's
least
receded.
pushed back. Yes. But you can still feel its presence as it hasn't fully given up.
And the captain puts the submersible down on the one of these
And also,
pedestals.
Also, as everyone looks around, you actually see a crashed ship. Crashed into one of the buildings. Well, not crashed ship, but it's a sunken ship. With a
Captain
little
says,
glimmer next to it.
There it is.
Oh,
He
finally.
he hurries over to like put on his suit and stuff like that, and he says,
Well, the little, like,
"Time for
diving-
treasure." As he slides open the hatch, heads out. Is
Bretland
anyone
goes, I'm
following?
coming with you again. Bretland says we're coughing.
And
And he's swim. Yeah.
as we're both swimming towards the treasure in the sunken ship,
We see the diving suit. It's right there.
You see it?
But also, yes.
glimmer
It's right
of what
there,
looks like it.
But
As
it
as
seems
I
to
reach
also be
out,
holding something.
that's where we're gonna have to end today's game.
Oh.
Banger.
We got
And,
the.
and what's funny is Magda is still hanging by the ship. But
Yep. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for Shores of Stars, Purest Legends. Sorry to cut it short, but we ran up against time. I am Captain Wilcox, aka PA Kenny USA, aka RT Studios, and we'll pass it to my left. Britling, go.
Oh, hello.
That was
Greetings,
right, you pointed.
everybody. How are you all? Well, I can't ask that now. Don't have time for it. Well, anyways, Captain, I know you're ushering me, but that was a nice adventure, wasn't it? See you all. It was me, Brittle, the controlled by Gearbox. Howdy. Now, let's go to our great sea witch right here.
Hi guys, it's Brunera here, played by Magdarim. Thank you all for coming. I enjoyed this particular craziness. And I'm glad you guys are here to watch it. I'm gonna throw it at the lizard over there in the corner, hiding.
Me?
The lizard. Who are you talking to?
He's a snake person, you absolute.
Snake, fine.
Snake
It's the
person?
snake person.
All right. This is Pi, otherwise known as Chris, who played Osteron for this. I'll pass it to this way. Okay, so Felton.
Matt, am I gonna be last? I'm gonna
Yes.
be
I'm
last.
afraid
I know.
so.
Yep, you gotta be last.
I didn't know which way I was gonna end up pointing because of the way it flips. So
Hello, everyone. This is Felton here. Well, at least I've patched the hole. We'll get back to that later. Good old Magdi, so helpful.
I'm gonna kill you.
and I was played by Constellation Squid. Also, big announcement. Unfortunately, I will not be here for Saturday. Yeah, for Realms of Awakening, because Saturday I will be at a convention center called SummerCon. For the next 2 days, maybe one day, but we'll see. And if any of you guys watch this and you're in Washington and you want to, and if you want to hang with me, just let me know in the Discord, and I'll come down to see y'all. But this is so now I'm gonna pass it to our lovely ship patch here.
Quickly, take the
Bad
tape off their
guy.
mouth.
I just rip it off.
Hello, I am Magdi. Why am I attached to the ship?
Because you make a good patch.
Essential
I am.
crew.
As soon as I get down from this, you and I are going to have words.
And
Maybe.
I'll make
And-
sure not to listen.
Played by your wonderful Trisha Welsh. Next week we're doing our next episode of Realms, which, as Constellation Squid said, that they will not be here. So
But so which means Arkham's Revenge is going to be also sweeter.
yeah, but there's still going to be much fun to be had. I do believe that that's everyone, Captain.
Well, without further ado, we'll see you next time among the deep. And remember, be empowered to play. And also, join us this Sunday for Star Trek Ganymede, the season finale. Until then, we'll see you among the deep and the dark. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, drive safe.
Bacon.